Welcome everyone to Christmas Saves. We did it.
Who did it?
We did the Christmas Saves. We did it. Everyone roll Christmas save. Remember when we did that the first time? Mm-hmm. And never again. I rolled a 19. Come on.
I rolled a 19.
Exactly what I expected today.
Nat 1 on my new dice. 3.
Terrible.
That's not good.
5.
You and me.
Well,
Well,
winners. So, we're
Does that mean
here.
I don't get to be in this episode if I roll a Nat 1?
No, I need you. So, you are cat. You have gun.
I do enjoy gun, and I have a cat paw.
Meow.
Just the one?
Just the one. I also have this one now.
That one's a hook.
This one is a hook.
You said I only have a cat. I have a cat paw.
I have a cat
And I asked you if you just had the one. Yeah. So the other one, you have to get a hook hand now.
Okay, I can do this.
Ooh, a cat pirate. But it's like still a claw
All right.
because it's a cat.
Can I have bird? Can I have bird friend?
Bird?
Bird friend?
Wow, this accent gets less words over time.
You just sound like Saint 14.
Bored.
Bird.
Do not squish
Bored.
the
I'm.
Roll everything.
Hey,
There's no L I can't roll.
This
Okay.
is, as far as I'm concerned, this is the most accurate Tabaxi accent that's ever been put.
It's 100% the most accurate because there is only your canon for it. So,
There you go.
yeah. And I've decided that it isn't Tabaxi.
Yeah,
It's a regional
It's a regional.
dialect, but it
Yeah.
would be funny if you just, because you're a cat person, just, no, I talk sort of like this.
Yeah, this is how you talk, you know? You talk about it and you say words, and this is how it is with the accent.
That is a tremendous water directly in the center. It's not on the camera too bad, but it's like right. It's the tallest. Okay.
You just gonna chug it? Oh.
I was conspicuous. I didn't mean to point the logo directly at the camera.
Are we worried about logos at the camera?
Hell no. So, I don't really think we have anything to do besides play the game.
I recommend drinking water from a hose. Don't buy
I
bottled
would rather
water.
drink whatever
Like
this
a boomer?
is.
Yeah, drink it from the hose. That's the best way to get the lead.
I remember drinking water from a hose and always thinking, why do they drink this? It
Yeah, this
tastes
tastes
bad.
horrible.
Yeah.
Why do they like this?
I don't know.
I remember in football practice, they had a situation where they hooked a hose up to essentially several PVC pipes with holes punched in it,
Yeah.
so that it would sprinkler out, so that you could have many people drink water at the same time. And it tasted like the PVC pipe in the hose.
Yeah.
Did you use the same thing? We went to the same school, so
Yup.
yeah. I can't believe and you had it 5 years older than I had it, so even worse.
even worse, probably is the same one.
Ugh, yeah, not a good. I distinctly remember the flavor of that. It reminded me of like the thumb holes for bowling balls, because I bowled at the time.
Why does the
Have you tasted
flavor
the
remind
thumb
you of
holes?
thumb holes?
No, it reminds me of like the smell of the thumb hole.
Oh. So like old thumb.
Yes.
What
you
do you
smell-
know what the smell of the thumb hole
Anyone
is?
who's bowled as much as
I've
I
never
did.
sniffed
Bro,
a
you
bowling
hold it right
ball.
You
here.
hold
Well,
it.
you
can't
smelled,
not smell
I
it.
don't take a
smelled the
sniff.
hole.
No, I didn't.
You
I didn't
held up the hole for that you. Everyone's.
First of all-
question.
first of all-
was it your
No,
ball or was
hold
it
on,
the lane's
hold on.
ball?
I need
Was
to
it
stop-
your ball or was it the lane's ball?
It was my ball, but
Okay,
I
it's
need
a little
to. I
better.
need to. You're the person that smells the most things that I know of any person.
And
like,
that's why the
anytime
fact
you
that,
pick
the fact
something
that
up, you
I'm
fucking smell it. So
appalled
you don't get
should
to.
mean something.
It would. I think you would smell the bowling ball hole.
I
if
wouldn't.
You,
I wouldn't.
that's a lie.
I have
that is
not.
a-
I've bowled.
You've bowled. You were in a bowler.
I was on the bowling team in elementary school.
Who won?
Ah.
And at elementary school, you'd think I'd be at the peak of sniffing weird stuff, because the kids don't give a fuck. I did not sniff a bowling ball
You
hole.
were the most nervous kid ever.
That just doesn't mean anything. So
It
what?
certainly
I didn't
means that
sniff
you
the
wouldn't
hole.
stick your nose in a bowling ball hole.
I would have had opportunity to do it when no one was watching. What I'm saying is, I could have, and I didn't.
Wait, why are we hiding away with the bowling balls and smelling them?
Because you're saying I wasn't doing it because I was like I was a kid who was like didn't want to.
I've been alone with bowling balls many times. Never once has a bowling ball reported back that I smell it. That's true. Sarah, have you ever smelled a bowling ball?
No.
You don't even know the smell of a bowling ball? You never held a bowling ball?
I've held a bowling ball. I've held plenty of bowling balls, but I don't remember.
Well, and
a
also
smell.
it's on your hand, and your hand smells like the bowling
I'm not
ball.
sniffing my hands all the time.
Me either. It just happens. I just
I
know
don't-
the smell of it.
You
Like
just, one day.
I passively know the smell of, like, I don't know, my mom. I don't fucking huff her, and I was around a bowling ball
Yeah,
a
your
lot
mom
more
just
than my
smells
mom.
like a fucking pack of
Certainly not.
cigarettes.
Of course, you could smell her from over there if she was around. Be like, is there an ashtray? Nope. It's that old lady.
I feel like
This is all to say.
This has gotten so far off track even by our own standards.
No, this is perfect. The ad is go bowling. No one bowls anymore, and it's actually a lot of fun. That's the ad today.
Find a nice bowling alley with a dark corner where
And
no
you
one
can
can
smell
see
a
you
hole.
and go take a bowling ball.
Smell a hole. Smell a hole in your local bowling alley, guys.
In your bowling alley?
Any hole.
In your local bowling alley, smell a hole. There we go. We're supporting small businesses here on Charisma City. Can you believe? Can you believe D&D Beyond isn't fucking sponsoring us yet?
the show yet.
I mean, you're missing out. So, I mean, without further ado, I think maybe we just play the game instead of talking about holes.
Yeah.
And maybe holes will come up.
Oh, they'll certainly come up.
I mean, technically, we might be going.
We might be going in
Into
a
the
big
biggest
hole.
one.
Yeah.
A big hole, huh?
Yeah.
What is happening?
I don't know.
Randy.
Dave Grohl shit over here.
Randy, can you send me all of the weird eldritch shit you had
Oh
carved
my
in your arm?
god.
Oh,
Oh my
yes.
god. Also, not for.
Is there a bowling alley in this city?
I really want to go bowling.
Smell some holes.
I don't need to smell the holes. I just want to roll.
Yeah, but then he can describe us what it
That's
smells
what
like.
it's-
You said don't. You said don't
Last.
need. Do you want?
Last
Okay.
we left off. The group had successfully heisted valuable serum from Kane Industries, the same corporate group that stole Isaac's formula, and quite literally ripped it off and mass-produced it just like you always wanted, but you're cut out of all this profit. Not your masterpiece, but essentially your first major introduction to the scene, Perfectus, as it's called in its brand glory that you despise, a rudimentary and consumerist name defiling the work that it's meant to do, is to heal people and make us all better. You evaded capture in a high-speed pursuit, left the edges of the city, leaving behind the Silvers and their patrolling officers, and made it north to the border of the country, essentially, or this part of the country. The northern border with Vadagard Drawl. The site, the many miles long, hundreds, maybe 1,000-mile long crater, essentially. Pocked with own mini craters within, but covered in this thick, hazy mist as the moon, Aga, had crashed into it 30-plus years ago on a fateful day in another place with other characters. You had spent some time at the rim of this crater, discussing the future a little bit, talking about plans. Two of you, Soren and Isabella, snuck down away from the group and down into the mists into the crater, into the first steps into Vadagard Drawl, where you had some minor experiences, not going too deep in. Seeing some strange things, finding some strange materials that the trees are made out of. It took the rest of you to go find them. You came back up. And we start this session, as you awake in the morning, you've all taken a long rest. So your hit dice that you used with the Black Paragon is returned. Anyone else's hit dice, if they used them, is returned, or half of them. And so, in the morning, you also
Did
took.
we get a full rest?
No,
or no, we
not
don't.
a full
'cause we're
rest.
out.
Full rests are only within like settlements that you're super safe in. You also have a essentially a captive for a day. You have one of the workers from the warehouse, a driver. The other one had jumped out of the moving van as you sped through the city streets. This one wasn't able to. Isabella wanted to eat him, but you wanted to keep him alive. But you wanted to keep him alive for very good reasons. Number one is to let Reverend's people know that he and another co-worker sort of skimmed off the top of that shipment, so you weren't responsible for it. And he didn't do nothing. So that's a pretty good reason. Two and a half of you, maybe? 2 to 2.5, we'll see. And as you awake in the morning, what do you do around camp as the light off of the east rises and sunshine comes down across the Vadagar mists, making it almost more opaque and harder to see in. It's almost easier at night to see the treetops. Too much light here, but it is a day of good weather. It's blue and that orange on the sunrise coast, wispy clouds in the air, a gentle coolish breeze, but the heat from Vanagar Draw, as this place again is more humid, spills up and out into your space, so it's quite comfortable here. It's kind of in between a one of the last warm days of fall, whatever fall warm, like 65 degrees, mixed with that sort of like a little bit of that border heat. So it's kind of perfect right now. And there's no bustle from the city. And for those of you who feel like it matters to you, there is a freedom in this moment. What do you want to do?
We heard the truck coming, right? 'Cause that's I think how we ended
the
last
truck
time,
was
so-
coming in the morning, so you do hear in the distance to the west, and as you awake, you do hear like a resonant and deeper thrum, a larger vehicle than what you have been driving. It's larger than this, but you can't quite see it yet. You can just hear it in the distance. I don't know, maybe you don't know how long, but
Okay.
a little bit away, enough for you to get up and get your things and clean up. Is there anything you want to do? You also have a prisoner. I forget his name on my notes, but I have it somewhere.
Quickly before they get here, I did want to
It was
kind
like
of.
Claire or something?
Yeah, it was Claire. Clare.
I did want to maybe ask how other people felt about what was going to happen with this guy.
Well, I mean,
So
It would be up to Reverend Gill.
kind of
Yes.
made his own bed, so to speak.
we literally forced him into a truck and made him come with us after he was doing his normal job.
Well,
Which
he
is
also
good for us.
stole during the process of his normal job.
Let me
so-
ask you something. Do you think that people stealing from that particular location, stealing 3 vials, is worthy of a death penalty, potentially?
Wait,
Well,
why
it's
do
not-
we think he's going to die?
I don't know, but I do not think that it would necessarily be good to give him up.
Should we?
At minimum, he might end up under the guy's control,
so
and I do
we
not think many
take
people play.
the fall for him stealing vials?
That is not what I am saying. I am saying I think we should do everything in our ability to not let him get taken with the rest of the stuff. just have him.
I'm gonna
delay.
give you an inspiration for just like really trying. Oh, nice catch!
And-
Cat paws.
and now it's gone. I
It's a
don't know what to tell you.
it's a black dice.
It's hard to
I
catch.
didn't realize
with-
this. Maybe I should have thrown the brighter one. There we go.
you.
Good catch. Honestly, though, surprisingly, people don't know this about Hannah. You catch just about everything I throw to you.
Yeah, I'm just wearing these right now.
I know. I'm just saying, like, over our friendship, surprisingly, sure hands.
Yeah. I don't not like sports because I don't have hand-eye coordination. I'm not competitive.
I guess I hadn't
in
thought
any
of it
way.
as a sports thing. I just, like, she drops stuff I throw to her, so. And he catches. I don't throw a lot of stuff to you. Check it out.
Randy,
Nah. Okay, that was
I
more
feel
of
like
like
when you throw stuff in the living room, he's pretty
I feel like
decent.
Randy's got hands. I feel like you were a tight end in high
That
school or
homie?
something. There you go. I can't read. Anyway.
You should just start throwing dice at us every now and then, just to like test out what the
Your
reflexes.
inspiration. Anyway, yeah, it's a big. So,
like the big ones
anytime you want to re-roll any roll, you get
Yep.
to.
To be honest, I don't really care.
Okay, well, I do. So it matters at least a little. Please tell me you care a little bit about this person dying or
do
not.
think it's reasonable to try to avoid an unnecessary death. I was going to say we
you.
could hide him away from the truck and tell Reverend Gill the story.
No, I do think it would be good if he could corroborate that. I
Well, I was going to say if we need him to corroborate, we bring him forward.
I feel like that is suspicious though, because then they'll be like, "Why are you hiding him?"
Who's Reverend Gill and why are we scared of him?
Don't worry about it.
Don't.
Okay.
It is fine. I am.
Does he
I
just
am.
be quiet?
I am advocating for you to the best of my ability here.
I mean, then we just leave him with the truck and we do our best to persuade the Reverend.
To be fair, it doesn't really seem like his MO to just kill somebody.
No.
He might just...
He would have killed us a few times over if that were the case.
He did take us into the spot and show us everything and let us walk out without joining.
Yeah, because we had made it clear that at least to some extent we were capable of perhaps helping him in some way.
Okay.
Like, I cannot be the only one who gets, like, vibes of him that, like, he's going to immediately, if we become unhelpful to him, that he would kill us immediately, right?
Potentially.
Like, I get it that we're
What kind of
close.
skills do you have?
Why do we assume that he would?
Oh
do
boy.
it?
Kind of skills does Claire the NPC have? I can drive trucks.
Useful?
I mean, I can do just. I'm a fast learner. I wake up early. I'll show up on time. Wait, are you hiring me?
Maybe
What?
Could we?
we could.
Technically.
Do you pay as well as the union?
How much do you get paid?
15 gold a day plus health benefits.
Oh, we probably yeah.
I was more
Good
thinking...
for the union,
roughly
damn.
15 gold a day. Yeah.
We hire him in the sense that we say he's our employee, and then Reverend Gill has more.
I mean, if you guys
incentive
need a
not to
driver,
Yes, but then we admit to him that an employee stole from the job, and then it looks bad on us.
hey, as he tries to go,
That's
is he
true.
bound to anything?
At this point, I would say no.
Okay, but he's not trying to. He can't outrun you
Yeah.
guys. So
Yeah.
he's out. He's also out in the middle of nowhere with you guys. For the
Yeah.
record, he doesn't have anywhere to go. So you're the best thing he has. Even you. While this is happening, do you give a shit about this conversation?
Not really.
Okay, so you're just scrapbooking and literally, you can literally
Yeah,
do
I'm literally
this.
just like I'm
Okay.
writing some notes on a
Yeah,
page.
absolutely fine, and she doesn't seem very bothered by this. Because having had conversation with Sarah above game, I'm thinking she doesn't care. So, yeah, I mean, I could keep my job and do side stuff for you guys if you're actually interested in that. I drive and I can move stuff around. And tell you what, if I make it out of here, you don't have to pay me for the first job you do with me. Huh? That's pretty good, right? He's trying really hard to get. He has no chips. Nothing. He can offer you labor.
We could probably work out a deal with Gil. Be like, he'll work with us because of this. This is punishment. And
Okay, not for nothing. You have one civilian who has proficiency in vehicles as a hireling that you can call in if you keep Claire alive. You can just be like, hey, Claire, and he'll show up.
Need a getaway driver.
He has proficiency in it. I'll say he has +1 to dexterity and proficiency of +2, so +3 to driving checks. That's literally his only stat.
Okay.
Except he likes doing drugs.
That's fine.
And maybe he'll gain stats
Who
over
doesn't?
time. If you, I mean, not for. Again, if you get, I don't know what kind of enterprise you guys are heading into. We have talked about this many
Not a
times.
bad idea.
I'm
What
just
was his
saying,
name again?
Have an employee.
Claire.
Claire, and he's not an employee
CLARE.
right now. He's technically a contractor that you just pay as you go. That keeps paperwork at the minimum, but it is up to you guys how you want to do that.
Couldn't hurt to have someone who could transport stuff for us.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we try to work it out in our favor.
Yeah.
Abrupt scene change.
No, it stopped loading the song.
Oh, rip.
We'll go to the next one.
The internet didn't die, did it?
I hope not. We're still uploading.
Nobody mentioned
Looks like we're
the
fine.
broker of whom we do not speak.
Wait,
Goldberger.
but my phone actually doesn't.
Damn it.
I've got 2 more.
Usually play this off Bluetooth on a big speaker we have. So maybe I'll just go to something else. Anyway, go ahead while I'm fixing this. Whatever you were talking about. Having the benefits of having employees.
Never hurts to have people who owe you a favor.
Can't disagree.
Yeah, works fine. I don't know.
Alright. I guess we got it right.
Okay. You clean up some stuff. It's just the van, the vials. Is there anything else you want to do before, like, this truck comes around the corner, essentially? Like, is there any last things? I don't know if you guys want to keep anything from
Can
Gil.
I take
Yeah.
a little amount of one of those serums
I thought you did.
You just to
to keep?
Alright.
I tested on some of it.
we already went over this last time. He's so familiar with it. You could take a negligible amount and still do studies on it because it's your formula. So if you want to take
It's
just
literally
out
like
of
a
any
little
vial,
eyedropper
okay,
with that.
I'll say you have an eyedropper's worth of Perfectus.
Perfect.
So just enough to do one experiment on, basically. I'll say any more than that, and you have to make like a check to
Okay.
keep it from. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Now there's holes punched in this fucking thing. It's not looking great, but there was no deal about the truck and how it's supposed to be. So you do hear this a single vehicle approach on the western road around the rim of this massive crater. And Ink, as it comes around, the only person really that has any knowledge about vehicles, though I'll say with advantage you can make essentially an investigation check or some other thing, unless you are, I'll say that or perception, whichever is better for you. And everybody else can make either an investigation or perception check if they want to.
16.
Glean any info?
19.
11 investigation.
Okay.
I'm not interested.
Okay. I rolled bad. I'm not interested. Okay. As you sit in the chair and put together the finishing touches on that. For all of you, it's one of the most impressive machines that you've seen. You recognize Isaac. Due to your 19, I mean, it's a bigger vehicle than you expected. It has a large front engine and a drop top cab, like it has a whole situation that can go up or down. It has hydraulic steering, which you recognize, because this is a big machine, and usually it's like essentially just mechanisms within to make steering easier. But it doesn't have any power to it. This has powerful steering with it, which is very good. Impressive suspension that you all notice it, but it reminds you of the few vehicles that were used in some war efforts in the later parts of the war that they had shipped up from the Halvian Vales, who does some of this work. This is custom built because as it continues to move, and you see through the glass the smiling, goggle faces of Flash, the Tabaxi mechanic, alone in the vehicle. No Reverend Gill, no other people that you can see, smiling as he grabs like a horn pole on top, goes.
Oh my god.
And as it rolls over this uneven terrain, you notice the back of it, which has like back seats and like a cargo area. It doesn't like bounce like you expect. It just fucking moves through. The back wheels are not wheels; they are treads, like a tank.
Oh my god.
Eating up the land in its path, having no trouble at all with the rough and usually undriven road here. That's mostly like for carts and horses and shit, and whatever comes out of, because you can see the trail comes right up out of the crater and out of here. But you know, he stops and he turns it off, and the engine still turns over, and then it has that little like engine like ding 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 thing happening. And he gets out. He has his overalls on. He has boots. He has no shirt underneath, just his orange fur. One of the straps of his overalls is down and just sort of hanging off. And he has a essentially the same kind of hat that you have, only a little bit wider, and clearly not made with like tanned hide or anything. It's straw, and he has a little pipe that he puts out and just like knocks on the side of the truck, doof, 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 and then blows out and then puts in his front pocket. And he goes, "Hey all,
Hello?
how you doing?"
Quite well, all things considered.
All right. Well, Reverend Gill had me just come alone for this. Who's that? As he walks over to the camp with Claire.
All kind of.
You can also see he has like a duffel bag that he pulls out of the passenger side seat, and he shuts the door, and he has like some stuff for you.
Claire would like to tell you why these deliveries are a few short in terms of how many are in there.
Me and my buddy got high. I'm the driver of this vehicle, or was, until it was taken. Anyway, yeah, we took a little bit of them. And Flash goes, "Okay."
Our deal with the Reverend was that they would all be there. We just wanted
Yeah.
to communicate to him that we did not take them. This is how we found them. Fair.
Seems reasonable to me.
Thank you, Claire.
Well, he didn't know, did you, Claire? Claire goes, "I didn't know." All right. Well,
Good.
not so bad. How you gonna explain his association with this? I'm assuming Claire. I mean, you're not masked or anything. He was taken, and he's gonna end up back in the city. So what's the?
Well, we were thinking, he already kind of agreed to it, that he would work with us from now on.
Okay, and when the police come knocking on his door, and they will.
Oh, we don't have to
We'll
worry
say
about
that we dumped him a little bit outside the city. He was knocked out for a while.
Okay, so, and you can see that Flash, although a nice guy and has a mechanic situation going on, he's also like, you get, go ahead and roll an insight check.
Ooh.
Sam.
14.
17?
I rolled a 19, but I think it's a minus 1, so 18.
Seven. Okay, you two. I'll say Isabella, because yours is a little bit higher. First, you notice He doesn't look like ready for violence or anything, but he looks very confident to be standing amongst all of you. Not worried at all about this exchange, which is good. But he also seems like familiar with this situation. Like he's done things like this before. He's facilitated trade, and he's dealt on the skeevier side of things before. You notice there's something about the way he carries himself that gives you, like, I don't know how to describe this in any other way. It's just going to have to break fourth wall. It gives you the vibes of, like, the old guy in Better Call Saul, Mike. It gives you Mike vibes. I don't know how to describe that in any other way, but
he's been there. He gets it.
This guy has a history of some kind of thing, is now in the employ of this, and is like a security officer
like an
or something, or kind of, but he's not like just muscle. He's got a brain. He's thinking about this, and he goes, "Okay, so what you're gonna do is, well, I think." Drop Claire outside of town. You're going to have to walk in and hoof it. But I think that'll be okay because you're not going to die. Right, Claire? Claire goes, yep. Okay, so he's going to walk in and... Claire, you got your wallet on you? Okay, I'm going to need that. And he takes it. He hands what's the money that he has in there, and he takes essentially the pouch, not the wallet, but along with his ID and his all his other stuff, and he hands it to you, one of you, and he goes, "Okay, Claire, the people in the van took your information and told you that they know where you live, and they robbed you, and that's it. And you're very scared, and you don't know nothing. Okay?" Claire goes, "Okay, all right." And then you go in without him, and he goes into his duffel bag, and just starts to drop it down, and he takes out, you see there's some other stuff in there. There's a gun. There is a change of clothes. It looks like his personal bag that he's bringing stuff in. But he grabs out first, essentially like a manila envelope that he undoes and pulls the papers out of and hands you papers. I'm not going to actually print out papers, but these are papers that will get you through the gate. And then he says, "The back is filled with nothing. You just made a big sale out of the east and the Vales, according to this, and that'll explain the cash if you get searched. Speaking of the cash payment, who wants to take that?"
Give the party gold.
As Ink walks up, he reaches in and goes, "Okay. Okay, so you took 2 vials, Claire? Okay. It's 14, rounded up to 1,500 for the trouble.
Thank you.
Not to mention, you're gonna need these." As he hands her 2 moon chips. And you're gonna need these. And he goes down, and you hear like ting 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 ting, as he takes keys off a ring and hands them to Ink. Trade you. Did you give him the van keys?
Mm-hmm.
That's the land beast. You can name her whatever you want. She's yours now.
Oh.
She can off-road, 100 miles per moon chip. She's got a large storage in the back, 40 slots for you guys. Yeah, I'll take the van back myself.
Well, thank you very much.
And Randy has a picture of it. He didn't bring it, but he has a picture of it.
But you printed the van?
Yeah,
Oh, we got a whole vehicle, guys.
printed a whole land beast for us.
Not only that, Randy printed work in progress seated versions of all of you that can move around in the thing.
That's fucking cool.
Rad.
So, yeah. I was hoping you had it today to show them off, but you could show a picture, it's whatever. So we'll show off the land beast whenever. And if you would like to give it a name at some point, you absolutely can. But you have 1,500 cash.
It's a lot
Jesus
of
fucking
money.
You have 1,500 cash and the land beast. That is almost out of fuel. As he drove it up here, but it's got a little bit.
That's super cool.
Did you send it?
Yeah, it's in the WhatsApp.
We'll reveal it to chat at some point.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Look at us.
It's so cool.
Yeah. It's not. Do you have the side view of it?
I don't think
Because it has like
printed one.
has like treads. Anyway. Well, Reverend Gill will be in touch. He appreciates you doing business and wanted me to tell you that, well, he considers you part of the family.
Well, tell him we are always available if he has any further needs of
Absolutely.
assistance.
You're always welcome in town, host.
Could you pass a message to him for me?
What's the message?
Just let him know that if he needs more of this stuff, I might know a better way.
Okay, I will. Anything? All right, Claire, be good. As he gets in the van, it starts running, and he, all right, beep beep, see you later, and he goes away.
I love him so much. He's so great.
Flash?
Yeah, he's great.
I'm gonna go over to the car, just get in, sit in the seat.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Well,
It's not
yeah.
as fast as like.
Yeah.
Like it's not good for high-speed town chases, but it's definitely good for travel.
Have a good story too, so we shouldn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, that was very helpful, actually, surprisingly.
We just need to find parking now.
There's parking next to the warehouse. You can park it right in between the warehouse and the next one over.
Okay. I thought the city was kind of dystopian, but it has ample parking, so now I'm like...
Well, you have an alley that you'll park it in.
I think
Not
it's-
like a parking lot.
I think it's more because there's not a lot of people with personal vehicles.
So, you here in this camp? You seem delighted at your vehicle.
Better than a used car.
Yeah. If you had opportunities, you could have bought a cheap used car if you wanted. You still can. So yeah,
But now I have a beast.
you do have the beast. The
No,
land beast.
Really fucking contributing to climate change in this world.
It's
Okay.
moon rock
Yeah.
bait. It's moonstone
It's
bait.
clean.
What's the
Fine.
carbon
Oh,
footprint
true.
of
0.
the moon?
Oh, it's perfectly clean energy. Yeah. Good.
Is there
Sign
a
me up.
magical
No, see,
footprint?
If you huffed the tailpipe, you would get moon plague.
Here's the problem.
That's
Marble
a good.
plague.
That's a
Eventually-
good thing to have in my mind.
The supply of moonstones is going to get low enough that all of a sudden there's
It's
going to be...
finite.
Someone's going to try and crash the second moon in order
Oh,
no.
God.
That is a great villain idea.
Oh no.
I guess we'll see what happens.
We'll get to
Okay.
fight capitalism.
Okay.
Kind of already did.
Original character TM do not steal.
There you go.
We just jacked 298 vials
What does
of
that fucking look for?
Perfectus from a corporation, so
Yeah.
Nothing.
And made a
Uh-huh.
hell of a lot of money.
and killed a lot of cops.
So, you have Claire, who can jump in the back and ride with you until a little bit, but you guys are good to go.
Yeah, I'm
Is there anything
ready
else?
to go back. I think I'm good.
I still want to go into the mists.
Do you want to leave your truck here and go into the mists?
We can always plan.
For the
For
record,
that?
if you breathe the mist for 10 minutes, you start rolling on this, so you don't really have, like...
Do we know if there's like respiratory protective gear for that kind of stuff?
You can... all roll a history check with disadvantage.
Of course, it's a nat 20, then a 2, so 7.
7.
Yeah, also rolled a 2.
11?
15. 15. You know that in the war they use protective gas masks for lots of stuff. So you assume there's some sort of respiratory protection. You don't know if there is for the mist specifically, but you would imagine people are trying to work on it, if not. There's probably ways to keep it away from you. There could be like wards, abjurative magics. There could be there's many different ways to go about it. Just not having to breathe works.
That's true.
I don't
Only
have
problem
to
with
do that.
only problem with Isabella is Mistress does.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can always come back.
So you pile into the land beast. Does anyone contest Ink on driving, or does everyone let her have this?
It's all
I don't
hers.
yeah.
She drove us through that city like that, it's all hers.
Yeah. You get in and you feel the power. Can't even imagine how many horses it would take to deliver such torque. Maybe someone should start measuring in horses, but no one would do that. So you start, you start it up, and you just start heading back towards town.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This takes a little bit of time. But not an achievement. What you get there? Is there anything you guys want to do in the ride back to the city?
I assume it's comfier than the van was.
It is comfier than the van because everybody has a seat.
I did want to talk about. So, now that we have a bunch of money, what are we doing once we get back to the city? Like, what are we?
How much was our rent again?
300
300
Per month.
per month, and we just paid
Yeah.
recently.
No.
I think it would be good to set
I was
300
gonna
of
say-
this
I was just about
aside,
to say
and
we
then
should set
Yeah.
the 300 and then split it up.
okay, we can do that.
So that's 12 between the
Yep.
three of you. So what?
4
three?
of us,
4, 3 of you.
300 each.
300.
Did Rossi say how much the warehouse was in total?
He did not.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
300 a month for 10 months.
For 10 months.
So 3,000.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
There's 50s and 100s.
Yeah, I was just trying to see what the numbers were so I could.
We could also look at doing some of the renovations to the warehouse we had talked about.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe
What if we tried to
we should
follow
drive along the plains.
the compass of the Black Paragon?
What if you what?
What if we tried to follow the Black Paragon's direction?
I did not take that idea.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea.
I'm just gonna split this up now, and we would have done it when we get back
Gives
to
us
the.
a reason to go out. talked about wanting to travel a little bit. Can't hurt.
We just don't know how long the trip is.
Right.
How many moon chips we would need for getting there.
Well, we already have one.
We have 2.
Two?
About to
Three.
have one. I
3
assume
then.
we need to use one to go back.
Well, I'm saying.
Okay, so 2.
Do we even have to go back right now?
I mean,
Yes.
you have third.
We have
Mhm.
3 moon chips.
Well, that means technically you can get a. I mean, if you want a return trip, and to guarantee, you can go to 150 miles north, or following the compass, which points north, or you can, and that would be so you can get back, or you can.
Well,
Actually, that'd be back to here.
should
Right.
probably go back because we have paperwork we have to
Mm.
make sure we get through and everything okay, and then we can leave. I think we should probably go back first.
Yeah.
Plus, you know, this guy.
His name is Claire.
Yeah, I feel like if I'm gone for too long, people are gonna get. I might become missing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Plus, it makes it more suspicious if he's gone for a week and then shows up. So, then the story doesn't work.
We're managing the black Paragon on the dash.
It's our GPS, yeah.
Mm. Is there anything else?
Plus, we need preparations.
Yeah, you would need preparations to go out. Are you just gonna head north until you feel satisfied with the direction that you're going?
Till we reach the ocean.
What if it's at, like, the North Pole?
Well, then we get to the shore and know we have to keep going.
Yeah.
But at least we know it's not here.
Let me see where you're at right now. I'm trying to see. There's so many. If you look at the map, there are forests that you have to drive around
Yeah, who
just
has
to
the
go
world
north.
map?
You can't drive through a forest. You have to. It's not like a straight line.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you pull the map out, there's rivers and
So we're like right here.
yeah, you're on the northeastern side of this, like just under that tree line, on the northeastern side.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? On the Vanagar
There.
border, yeah, where that single tree is essentially, that single tree marker.
Right there.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you're essentially right there. Driving into Vanagar Droll is a whole different thing. And by the way, this destruction goes all the way up into the white stuff of the northeastern part of the continent. Like you see all that hilly shit and the mountains and the crags and stuff. That goes all the way across. So that is like 1,000 miles worth of that as it
What if-
went sideways across the.
What if instead of going north, we went west?
What's west?
The trains are more economical, for the record.
We could head towards.
You could also
Vanillas.
you could also get the land beast shipped on trains for an extra fee. It would be cheaper than having to just put fuel constantly in.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would make sense if we were trying to do anything with the...
It just would be an official thing. So.
Anything with the Black Paragon, I think it would make sense if we were to first go to another city and then from that city see, like, where it is at and also do other stuff in the city. That's way we kind of figure out, okay, based on how much the angle changed or whatever. You know what I mean? Does this make sense what I am saying?
I agree with you.
Triangulating the...
If we go north and it doesn't change, then keep going.
Okay.
But if we go west and it doesn't change, then that just means more north.
Any other on the road discussions before we get into the city?
Claire, I'm not going to rob you. Do you know where the nagging clam is?
No, but you can tell him.
Okay. Come there in 2 days, and
You leave that for him?
yeah,
Should have robbed him.
I'm gonna rob him.
The option.
It's free. You didn't even have to try.
He appreciates that.
It wasn't even a robbery. It was given to us, technically.
It's not.
It was not given
It's
to
not
us
like
by
we said,
Claire.
give me your money. We didn't say that. It was given
people.
to us by a third party who said that. So we're at no affiliation with the robbery.
No guilt.
Is that
Is
how you
the
justify
fact that
it?
we have agency over whether or not he gets the money back not somehow important in the moral calculus here?
I don't think so.
Well, once it's past one set of hands, it's out the window.
We're not tracking past one! Not even two! Wow!
What's the point?
It's
just
personal
technicalities.
responsibility.
So if I go and
okay?
pay someone else to murder an orphan, that's fine.
Well, no, but well, yes.
What?
I'm not touching that one.
I'm just gonna be looking at the map and let them argue.
Okay. And are you looking at the map for anything specific?
I'm just curious. And I want to say while they're fighting, Mr. Lazarev, how did you get here from the Zelran Nation?
Well, I didn't leave from the Zelran Nation. I left from the Tong Empire.
Oh. So did you go through the Veils?
I took a train, yes.
Were we on the same train?
Yeah.
He was in coach.
That makes sense.
Tough.
You guys were in not first class, but first class.
Business class.
Yeah, kind of. They had like a dining car and a whole thing. That was
We
before
had our
Stream,
own
right? That
private-
was Session Zero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had like
I
a
almost wish
bougie
that was
setup.
on fucking stream.
Pretty sure we
though.
had like our own like.
We had our
cars,
own like
right?
sleeper cart and
Yeah.
everything.
Wow.
Well, yeah, but Session Zero we had to just like talk fourth wall a lot, so
Yeah.
it wasn't really good content, but it was good for us.
What is the Tongzu Empire like?
Go ahead and roll a history check through your opium haze.
in a bit of a haze. 13.
Okay. I'll say you remember the ride in. You definitely remember stuff after that, but the country itself, hilly, farmlands. It's quite different from the bustle of this place. It's rural, villagey. The cities themselves are clean and spread out, and water is a central aspect of everything, as they are amphibious. And then, wait, what else you remember from?
I spent most of my time in the city, indoors. So I didn't see a whole lot, but the people are nice. Food is good if you like seafood. Yeah, it was fine.
You've been a lot of places, but you don't seem to recall them. Like,
Yes, I do drugs.
Happens.
yeah.
Any other follow-ups?
No, I don't even know what to follow that up with.
Okay. Anybody
You're
else while
right.
we're driving back to the city? With the money in hand, speaking of how we're going to use the money, what do you want to do with it? You could also do this at the warehouse, that's fine too.
Well, what were the upgrade prices? I guess.
Let's see.
It's essentially for anything that helps, like any of the proficiency packs you have, 10 times the cost of it in the PHB is how to get like a big set for your space. So I think yours is like 500.
It's 500, yeah. So fuck well.
So those are the little upgrades. Is there any other upgrades that you'd like to talk about?
Well, we had talked about putting in maybe walls or floors to add
Bathrooms.
I'll say it's a 50 gold a wall for like just unless you want to do stone.
How much would it be for a bathroom?
You want a bathroom instead of using the one with the clam?
Ooh, running water in general.
Yeah.
Running water. So
Like
you just want this to be like a livable space.
Yeah.
This would take several weeks of work. But I'll say, what amenities do you want? Do you want like a place to cook, place to wash, place to shit,
cook, yeah,
place to
basically,
like,
yeah.
just livable
Mhm.
and you want separate rooms
Well, I'm good with my room.
to convert this into essentially a home business
Yeah.
or just a home.
Yeah,
I
like
think
a
it
home
could be
home
a
business.
So you want a
Yeah.
front area for customers, and you guys
And
want to
then,
like build
like, a
up
live
into
area.
the area where you live.
Yes.
Because it does have tall. It just has those
Yes.
rafters and then another
It'd
10
be cool
feet.
if we could just put our bedrooms upstairs
Yeah,
and then
we live
have
upstairs, and then downstairs we could have like a drawing room where we could meet with
With like a big table.
yeah, we could have
Yeah.
like a table, we could have like a
luxurious
desk maybe,
chairs
like a front
and sofas
desk.
and a fireplace.
Okay, I mean we're getting into some territory of expenditure here. I'll say
Business loan.
so.
Ooh, can we get a business loan?
They've got to have a great credit score.
Okay, here's a question: do you guys want to be on the books as getting a business loan, understanding the power of your family?
Fuck no.
Okay.
Wait,
That's what
why?
I
don't wanna be-
assumed.
Because then it shows us,
Ooh, are you
shows
guys
them where
hiding
we
from
are at.
Who cares?
They can't like extradite you, but
They're all
I'm
the
gonna
way in
go.
the
I'm
fields,
gonna just say you both know if you start having a paper trail, the connections of your family, the wealth that they have, even in their otherwise, they're destitute for rich people at this point because of all the things that happened, but they still have assets, and they have power and reach. I will say that you know that the more paper that you have signed on here, the more likely it is that they're gonna figure out where you are.
Just why not?
You'll know that. So
Because it would be hell if they found out where we're at.
Are you scared of them?
What is? Can I hear this? Is this?
yeah, you're in the car.
What is supposed to happen if you're found? I was not clear on any risk involving being associated in this manner.
It's not like risk.
not
It's complicated.
Risk. It's. Let's just say it would make our lives a living hell, so to speak.
Are you
Oh.
on the run?
Oh, only
No.
that.
We're not on the run.
We can stand up for ourselves now. We have power.
Yeah, but they have more. I mean, people have friends, and they have friends, and we have 4 people.
Doesn't really feel like we're free from them.
No. To be a lot more work before we're free of that.
Business loans are things.
First, how much would the cost be for the conversion we were talking about?
Let me do some head math. Okay, so I'll say for just this is no furniture. I'll say it's $100 per person per bedroom, or 100 gold. I'll say it's 150 for a bathroom, 150 for a kitchen, 150 for plumbing, I guess, running water. So all things told, 450 to make it livable. And and that's without any furniture or anything. So $850 for all this and some work. It would take time for people to work on it.
Actually, not bad.
No.
To convert the warehouse, because you already have the warehouse. That's like a big
Yeah.
problem. But so $850.
If we don't necessarily need to pay rent right now because we paid it like a week ago, so we still have 3 weeks for that to get money for rent.
Yep.
So we took off this 300 from the party fund. How much did you say overall? 850.
I'd say $850 for bedrooms and
What else is in the party
amenities.
home?
Not to mention you do have the safe downstairs that has not been sealed. And I'll say, depending on how you want to seal it, it might not be that expensive. What do you
Like some brick.
Yeah,
Brick and
just
mortar?
Seal it up.
just seal it with brick? I'll say add 25 gold for like thick masonry on the back of that. That would
How much for a big chalkboard to put over it?
So
a chalkboard to put
75?
over the safe? Ooh.
Okay,
I'll
so
just say, like,
everyone
5 gold.
from their personal gold would need to kick in 130.5.
Oh,
So-
fuck, that's less than I thought it would be.
Yeah,
So you've already split this up. Okay.
yeah.
Oh, you're taking 300 from
Yeah.
the future rent. and
Plus a
then-
little bit more that's already in party gold.
Oh,
Okay.
I see. Smart. So I'll say we speed through. You get
Yeah.
through the gate just fine. The papers, they don't seem to bother you. No one noticed who you were. Like no one you guys were masked and hooded up. One of you was a monster. Like you guys have not been identified by the local authorities. There's a little suspicion. You can see that security is a little heightened due to this.
Can I try and find a newspaper on the way home to see if anything mentions
Newspaper comes out next week. I looked at it. They don't come out every single day,
There's
but yeah,
130.
there will be a
130
newspaper.
Silvers, right?
There will be a newspaper issued
What?
in a couple
Those are
days.
Those are platinum.
Are
it?
they?
Platinum.
I thought the shiny ones were silvers.
I
You're-
feel like we
you
have
get
this
this
conversation
wrong.
every week.
How do you
Every
fuck that up
time.
every time?
I
The-
don't know
these
because
are-
they're shiny. Silver is shinier than platinum.
Silvers are
why you
dingier.
fucked
Platinum is big and bright.
The shiny ones are worth more.
The shiny ones are worth more. Yeah.
That's all I do. Yeah.
Lizard brain.
Yeah,
Can I get
for
like 10 plat for this?
For the bill.
Yeah. For the 100.
Okay, so there's my 131.
We need 131.
It's 130.5, but I put in 131.
There's 131, so you guys just get 130.
Okay, 130 from each of you, and then it should be good.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, I have drugs in my bag.
So I'll have 850.
130.
That's payment
And this.
and that.
That should be all of it.
All right. I'll
Wait.
double check.
Oh, I didn't put mine in.
As you
Oh, you
hire,
didn't? I
what were
thought
those
you had
builders you hired before?
Oh, I've got them in here.
Bill,
somewhere.
Bob, it was something
Bob the Builder.
It was something like
One of
Bob,
them
but
was
it wasn't
Bob.
No, it wasn't Bob.
I thought it
It
was.
was like Bill.
I think it was
Bill
Bill.
the Builder.
Build the
Here we
builder.
go.
BILD the builder.
It's just 130. Yeah.
Okay, so let me do.
Wow, we're gonna have our own business.
I do have a random silver in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Turned it in.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. That's 8. And now we need 50 gold. We're short just a little bit. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Build the Builder. BILD.
Build.
We are short 30 gold.
Are you?
That's weird.
Yep.
You got it.
Yeah.
30 gold. Perfect.
Could we get a sign out front too? How much
Yeah, what
would
do you
a sign
want?
be?
I mean,
We'd have to come up with the name for sure.
I'll say the
Wait.
sign's part of the deal, and you guys can come up with a name.
What was our idea?
It was something investigations.
Investigations,
like
inquiries,
it was like-
and
investigations.
It was like abnormal investigations or unusual
Irregular.
investigations.
Irregular.
Irregular investigations.
Regular investigations and inquiries.
Regular investigations and inquiries.
But then if we add
Triple I?
S, it'll have the same initials as all of us.
As what?
All of us. I, S.
God damn it.
You're right.
Irregular wait, what did you say? No, no,
Irregular.
Investigations
No,
and
what did you say?
inquiries.
Sarah. Words, just moments ago.
Irregular investigations and inquiries?
And inquiries with an S at the end. What would that be?
With a capital S.
Capital S at the
Oh
end.
my fuck.
That's
God,
it?
I hate that.
Inquiries.
No. I
Um,
refuse.
That is a very long squad name.
Yeah, that's why we put the S in the front. We just call ourselves C.
What?
What? Oh. Dumb.
What?
Dumb.
So,
Throw a die at him.
Yeah.
throw it.
Oh.
Throw it.
Oh, you're
No
so
inspiration!
dumb. Negative
Reverse
inspiration.
inspo. Reverse.
That's fair. I'll have disadvantage on one. It's fine.
Disadvantage. And I get to choose. I already do that.
True.
I don't need to give you a dice for that.
An S word that fits.
I mean, it doesn't have to be now, but anyway, you have a sign being commissioned, TBD.
Okay.
Unless you want to really like hammer this home. So you are back in the warehouse. Build the builder. I'll say you spend the day getting this ready. And working on plans and stuff, and this is what the first day back really is just spending this money and figuring out what you want to do. Is there anything? I don't know how much money you guys have left. Is there?
Can we go to a nice restaurant?
Do you want to go to a nice
Yeah.
restaurant?
I want to take everyone to a nice restaurant.
Okay, go ahead and roll me. How do you want to go about finding it? Do you just want to like look at a registry? Do you want to ask around? You can roll investigation or some kind of persuasion check or
Whatever I can do with investigation.
Sure.
What am I gonna do at the nice restaurant
Don't
that I
worry.
can't eat at?
I promise you, he's keeping you in mind.
Don't worry, you're at the top of the list.
Okay.
22.
Okay. What?
So this feels like a conspiracy.
Oh. Okay. While you're looking for that, what else you guys want to do while I look for through my
I
notes?
also want to get like a week's worth of clothes.
Oh, you just want normal. I think common clothes are gold.
Okay.
So you can have as
Okay.
many as you want to spend on gold per.
That's a good idea.
And so until you can figure out how to like not rip through them. Okay.
Yeah, here's a plat.
Sure. So you have you
You're gonna be looking shabby everywhere now?
No, it's like
It's not fine clothes. Fine clothes are like I'm going to fucking the governor's house.
Yeah,
like
it's-
normal clothes are what he wears most days.
Okay.
They're just nice tailored clothes, which is fine for a gold. That's more than normal people spend every day.
10 pairs of clothing. It's probably for the best.
Okay.
You need to find this universe's Reed Richards. He's who made the Hulk's pants.
That's a good idea. Maybe our blue-haired friend can help me.
Maybe?
You want to come with me?
I don't know if she'd be happy if we just stopped by and you're like, hey, remember us? We broke into your house and you hated us.
Well, you tried to rob her.
So do we have to bring
Okay,
her
so it's a
something
it's
from
it's a bougie, it's a bougie place.
That's fine.
Like that's what you said that right? And so you're going to the rings
Mm-hmm.
and spending big money.
Is
Okay.
there a dress code?
How much do you want to spend per plate? Roughly. Like I'll say the common food, like the good food. Like, and I'll let you guys sit on that one because you spent the money here. I'll let you use that in the future if you want for a fine golden coin. What's that? 15?
Gold, I think is
10, 15? I'll say yeah for a
Sure, just
For a
take
nice
this.
plate.
Just take this and call it good.
take
gold
the
is
50.
10 gold.
It's 100.
100. 10 gold. I'll say for 100, which includes tip. I'll say you get
Gotta have a nice meal after a big job like that.
I'll say you
Sure.
That's why
all.
we play in cash.
I say you all get 2 of these to use at your discretion later. Here's I'll give you 4
Oh, yeah.
probably. I think that's 4. Here you go. I'll give you 4. Oh, this counts for you as well. And I'm not gonna do that. I'm going through some of my lists on this, and I saw the Golden Clam. Stupid.
We're
go to
just
the-
a different
It's just the
clan.
higher class
Different
version.
clam restaurants. It's clams all the way down.
Sea Dog's still there.
He's
Sea
running
Dog is
around.
he moonlights
He's
there
like
as
the
a
waiter
chef.
from Always Sunny.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay, this keeps coming up, and every time I look at it, I love it. So that's what it's gonna be. Okay. You find a place called the Peacock.
Okay.
Okay. And you all head there, having a nice night out together. You walk in, and standing there, greeting everybody, the owner and proprietor of this place is a Peacock Aarakocra.
No.
And older.
He's back!
into his 70th year for an Aarakocra.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
You see,
To be clear, is this the first campaign 1 character that has showed
Yeah.
up? Okay, cool.
you see,
Is the guy Avelio's
relocated to a new city
I win this one.
That man hates
is a
you.
restaurateur of renown. Go ahead and roll history checks
He
for
hates
everybody.
you so much he moved to another continent, dude.
14.
Ooh.
7.
12.
Okay.
23.
I'll say you are looking, and you employ her help at some point to like look through the options, and you find in the essentially the Zagat's of the city to look through the reviews of the. You don't know Zagat's?
What is
You
that?
gave me a. It's essentially a review of many restaurants that they used to publish. I don't know if they still do. It's they
Like
used to-
pre-internet.
yeah, pre-internet and very early internet, like blogs. They
Yeah.
would go to a restaurant, review it, and give it certain. It used to be like
Like
a travel
Yelp.
guide. Yeah, and you find that from the city of Gygax, a renowned chef and restaurateur, Valentinian.
There he is.
Valentinian, and you also know the life expectancy of Aarakocrans rose dramatically post Moon Crash. There is speculation as to why. A lot of them think it has something to do with being more bound to the material plane or whatever.
So the Aarakocran lives were extended and nobody like told them, hey, you're going to live
It's
longer?
a different continent, and
Right.
no, the Aarakocrans likely know because their emperor
Okay.
told them.
I
But
was
like
gonna say, the
people
existential
don't just
horror of
fucking
living
know.
past when you expect it to die and not knowing when it's coming. That would be terrifying.
That's literally existence.
Yeah, but you have a rough like idea.
I guess we have a rough idea. Aarakocrans, I'm assuming, would know that, yeah, roughly human age at this point, as there were older Aarakocrans. But I mean, the oldest Aarakocrans, were in their late 30s, early 40s. Valentinian is now up in close to 70 or something, and crooked, but a big smile, big bright peacock. And you see rings and those YouTube videos where the gay guys react to stuff It's like there's four old gay guys, and they're all.
Yeah.
It's essentially all of them mixed into one. As Valentinian looks at all of you as you walk in and goes, "New customers, welcome, welcome, welcome to Valentinian's newest restaurant, the Peacock." And you are sat down, and he doesn't give you any mind. You are not the Emperor of the Aarakocrans any longer. He seems to like you quite a bit. And your coats are taken. They're set in a new place. You have a beautiful dining table. This is the nicest place the two of you have ever eaten. This is one of the nicer places you've ever been. Probably a handful, probably top 10. You pay for the works, and you know that they have high-quality vodka here for both of them. They have beautiful teas, and you picked this place specifically because for some of the other clientele that may come around, they do sell live food. Mostly seafood, because Aarakocrans be like that, but I mean, they have live grubs, they have live food here. It's one of the bougiest places with food that will sate her hunger. And so, for the cost of that, you can just, she just goes and becomes your mouth, and you have like
Yeah,
little behind
like
you,
a
behind
hide.
your teeth are fucking. And so you eat along with the rest of them, and if you'd like to, you can gaze of two minds her, and you can experience her flavors if you'd like. You can experience the tea anytime you like.
Yeah.
She is very happy to share in her enjoyment of these things with you, in the same way someone's like, "Oh, you got to try this." And so you can also try the other foods. Although anytime you do with her, you get her preferences. So in a strange way, you also like raw living food. So she has found tea to be palatable in small amounts, mostly because you like it, and she, in an odd way, also has that feedback loop. So tea and sushi, essentially. But any of you can. What would you eat at the most lavish dinner you could possibly think of? Multiple courses. Is there anything specifically that you think you would order at this place? It can be pizza, but it can also be just whatever you think you might eat. It could be borscht. They have a massive menu with whatever sounds good.
They
That's why you
have
chose it.
the dessert.
Bliss cake? I'll say they absolutely have the Aarakocran delicacy of choice, which is the bliss cake, which is
Which we
part of the
found
reason it
out
costs 100 gold.
Doesn't work for fucking paladins.
It
'cause
doesn't?
It's some sort of brain disease.
It is essentially a drug, and you can't get drunk or anything when you're a paladin. Like you can't experience like sickness and poison. Like alcohol works on your body. It is a poison. But it doesn't harm you unless you ingest it constantly. So in small amounts, bliss cake, as you see this, like it's literally just a jelly ball that has like a little lid on it that they lift up when they prep it, but they set it down, like they show you, and then they set it down, and then little holes are on the outside, and you can twist it, and you stick, again, it's a very odd way to do it. You essentially stick a hollow drill bit, and you spin it, and you take it out, and you suck it up. This is how it's always been eaten. I don't know if any of you remember that.
I remember.
Okay. That's for everybody else who didn't come to Campaign 1, Bliss Cake. And you right out, and you experience tremendous bliss. Colors are better. Food tastes better. There's a reason.
It's just high.
There's a reason Valentinian is a successful restaurateur, and you believe part of it is this and how it makes people just fucking. It doesn't make you hungry. It just makes you fucking like stuff. So you end up finding yourself ordering extra bottles. You find yourself Like, drunkenness is just better. Food is just better. Conversation is just better. Is there anything you guys would like to do? Talk about at this place? You essentially have privacy. There's enough space around everyone where no one's, like, listening. They're all enjoying their own shit. You can talk here freely. There's... And again, what are you ordering? You can tell me anytime, but I want to know what you think. Bougie, like...
Whatever the...
Okay.
Oh, God.
Is there like a raw meat dish? Like, you know how some fucking
Oh,
crazy
like
people
tiger meat
will have like
from Wisconsin, I think it is.
what?
Tiger meat?
Yeah, when they eat like the raw beef or whatever.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, is there like a weird raw
With
beef
onions and
sort
stuff?
of
Yeah.
thing? Like,
Yeah, I'd say there's absolute... Do you want raw beef, or do you want... Because this is an Aarakocra place. They have, again, seafood living. Like, you can get a fucking live fish if you want. They don't care.
can I get like one of those octopus bowls where
You
it's
want to
like
do
an
the deep shit?
octopus?
You want to do the deep thing?
Yeah.
Immediately, and you grab it and you just go... And you eat that fucking thing. Yeah, absolutely.
I sent you a text.
Oh, okay. 10.
Okay. Wow.
What are you buying?
Don't worry about it.
Sus.
It's a good thing, guys.
Whatever would be closest to like a beef Wellington, something that's like a.
I'll say
a
basically
meat.
that.
Okay,
Sounds
cool.
fucking
With like a nice
amazing.
pastry around it.
Do you have any particularly exotic meat that you'd like to have be the tenderloin in there, or are you just looking for cow? That's fine.
Just beef.
Okay.
Fine.
Yeah, a nice beefy Wellington, made by a particularly loud Eric Cochran in the back. You're pretty sure you heard him call someone an idiot sandwich.
I think Soren would probably go for just like a really nice cut of steak.
Yeah, absolutely.
Medium rare.
Just a nice, perfect steak with like some little sides of vegetables or whatever. And yeah, it's just a busting ass steak. They dry age that shit. What do you got?
I've been thinking about it.
Uh-huh.
And then everyone stole what I was thinking about the whole time.
Well,
so
you can
like,
get
I
the
don't
same
also
thing.
want to get a steak though.
Oh, okay. I mean,
But-
it could be one of those situations where it's like, well, I'll get this on the menu. If you get that, we'll try each other's plates. I don't know. I don't know what you got going on.
I'll probably get something with truffle in it.
Okay.
Something like
Like a truffle, like a gnocchi.
yeah.
With
I've had
like,
truffle
uh,
ravioli before. That shit was.
There we go, truffle ravioli. Perfect. You get truffle ravioli with like a nice creamy sauce. It has like mushrooms in there and parsley and delicious things, and it is delightful. So you are at the table eating these various meals. You can try each other's stuff if you want. You're eating whole live fucking octopi, probably more than one serving, which is to the surprise of everyone except for the table. And you're talking about whatever you want.
I'm just gonna get a bunch of
Excuse me.
different live things to try and see if Mistress likes each one of them. And
Oh, she likes anything living. She likes things with sapience more than sentience.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this is the best, freshest food she's had in a while that's different from Hydra
Yeah,
meat.
I'm just gonna keep ordering stuff and like letting her eat.
Yeah, I'll say the 100 covers whatever shit you're getting. Because you can also get, like, oysters that are shucked. You can get a fucking lobster. How do you want it prepared? I don't. And then they give you a lobster, and you fucking eat
Yes.
the lobster. Like,
We're gonna eat a whole lobster.
fuck yeah, you do.
Let's do it.
You eat its head first because you don't want it to suffer, and then you eat the rest of it. Anything you guys want to talk about while you're at this bougie place that Isaac paid for out of his own pocket? You have bottles of wine or champagne sitting around. They allow you to smoke in here.
Well, if there's
Not opium.
Give that up. Something I wanted to talk to everyone about. I started writing again. I was writing the story of the orphanage that we went to, and I was wondering if you had any objections to like publishing that. I'm assuming you'd want to be anonymous, so I can certainly change names. But
Yeah, that's all. Just change the names and I'll be fine.
Yeah.
good.
Any pseudonyms you'd prefer?
Are you like? How much are you talking about us specifically? Like, are we like characters, or is it
mostly incidental to the story.
Is this
Good.
like from a research point of view or more of a narrative one?
Just narrative. I'm just going to tell a scary story about a house full of evil.
And a group of people that walked into
Yeah.
the scary house?
Could be fun.
Did Ink say she was fine with that?
That's fine with me.
Okay. Yeah, I can. If you would all like to read it before it's published, I can arrange that too.
Sure.
Okay. Anybody else?
No.
Mistress is happy.
By the way, as I'm not eating this, like, I'm not letting her just go crazy. I'm eating with the best table manners ever.
Which is extra
Using
off-putting.
every single, like, little
Extra
type of fork
off-putting.
or spoon that's needed for the thing. I know all of them, and so, yeah.
The most civilized demon.
You see her take a small salad knife and a very sharp steak knife and very delicately and puncture the brainstem of the lobster. And then she takes it out and she cuts the claw off uncooked, so it takes a little bit of, and you crack it and
I don't even know if I chew.
you don't chew.
Yeah,
Your
exactly, I
mouth is
don't
shut
know.
and you hear chewing.
I
We're
love it.
probably getting
Not
used to
cheeks
that at
either,
this
not
point.
like
Yeah. Well, they don't puff or anything. They're very
it just goes in
static.
and it goes in and she uses whatever space is in there to chew. Anything else as you eat this dinner? A meatball falls on the floor. You don't like chase it and bat it around.
You don't get an urge to just knock any of the
We
plates
need a
off at all.
laser pointer.
Hey, Ink, go over there for us real quick. Just fucking...
You guys all walk away to go to the bathroom, and just for no reason, she sits at the table and goes.
No, she follows.
She walks to the door,
She follows you
stands
to the
out.
bathroom door and stands outside.
That's just our cat. Okay, so.
Ooh, can
yeah?
Mr. Buttons also be under the table and I
Eating
can
scraps?
feed? Yeah, I want to feed him scraps.
Yeah.
Mr. Buttons doesn't seem to have the scruples that she does. He'll eat literally anything.
Yeah, I'm just gonna feed him everything Mistress doesn't want.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Absolutely. Sits down there. And just like, he opens his mouth and there's just like rows of like eel-like fucking a tunnel of teeth. As he...
He's like Shai Halud.
Yeah, he's like Shia LaBeouf. So, anything else you want to do at the Peacock?
I think I'm good.
I couldn't not choose it.
It's perfect. It's, yeah.
So, you guys leave, go back to the warehouse. It's currently being under construction. We can spend 2 weeks dealing with this construction and just speed through. And in the middle of that, like a delve, or we could do other stuff. Technically, you guys don't have any pressing anything.
On the way back to the warehouse, I want to walk over by Isabella and be like, I got you something, and I'll hand her a slip of paper. And it's basically like a reservation to like a dress store tomorrow morning.
Aww.
And tomorrow morning, he has paid for you to get a tailored, custom new dress
Thank you. This is.
at
Very
Bill's
thoughtful.
sister's place, whatever she was called.
Oh yeah.
I forget her name too. What was her name?
Joan Fabrics.
Jones Fabrics. That's right.
Yep.
I forgot they were really stupid. That's why.
Yeah.
Jones Fabrics and Builds Builders. Okay, yeah. So Jones Fabrics.
And there was Fern's Furnishings for the furniture.
Yeah.
Jones Furnishings.
It's so creative.
Well, they are furbolgs and they are simple people.
I
So
don't know if it was their fault.
all furbolgs have pretty shitty names, for, like as far as marketing is concerned. Furbolgs are, again, they are a delightful people that don't understand that you have to manipulate others.
They're Hufflepuffs.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're Hufflepuff.
Oh God.
Or at least most of them are.
Okay.
So,
I used a Harry Potter metaphor, and now
Yeah,
I'm disappointed
yeah,
in
you
myself.
shouldn't have.
Oh yeah.
Forgot I'm not supposed to till she's dead.
That's okay. We do know she's mortal.
True.
This is just a future. This is just a future deposit. So you get back to the warehouse. Time fluctuates here, so we don't have to go on any specific schedule. It's what you guys want to do at this point. It's technically downtime. You guys can go throughout the city. You can talk to people. You can do whatever you want. Go ahead.
I actually want to try to catch Soren alone and away from the other two.
Easy enough over time.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. The two of you. Some building is happening. I'm sure that these two leave every once in a while, or he's down in the basement and she's gone.
Yeah, if they're like
happens.
gone or something, and we're at the warehouse, maybe.
Sure.
I just want
Out
to
getting meat log.
And I'll also say, just so we don't have to micromanage it, I'll say that there are situations throughout the weeks that you guys make a little bit of money doing little shit. So you don't have to like micromanage the cost. You have this amount of money right now, and you'll have it at the end of the long rest. So you have enough to live, and you guys can
Hold on, let me double check.
sell stuff and buy stuff, as long as it's nothing major.
There we go.
Okay, so it's just you and Soren. Where do you want to be? Just in the warehouse?
I guess
as
in the
it's
warehouse,
being-
maybe while he's working, or like if he's
Okay, so upstairs in this, we'll say a couple days gone by, it's not quite finished yet, so it still has that like fresh wood smell. The floors kind of have that dum, dum, dum. When you step on, there's no furniture around. And you're basically like starting to move stuff up, and you're moving some stuff up, and you have this move.
Mr. Lazarov, you said that you were working on a new book, right?
It's more of a short story at this stage, but yeah.
He's a discovery writer.
Not to be too intrusive, but I did look the other day and saw words on your typewriter that were just the words fuck. I can't remember it. I wrote it down.
You can throw a bone here.
It was watching.
Watching
and
gone. Yeah. It was just it trailed off into nonsense of just two words over and over again. Watching gone. Is everything okay with you?
Oh, yes. Yeah, good enough. Since I've stopped doing the opium, things have gotten a little more intense. I think I'm just seeing things. But the last few nights that we've been in the warehouse.
You're seeing things.
Yeah.
Like what?
The last few nights that we've been in the warehouse, there's been a creature patrolling around, and I just see it in the windows sometimes.
I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure it's all in my head, but
Are you sure it's in your head, or are you actually seeing a thing?
I don't know. I haven't tried to touch it.
How long has it been out there?
Since before we left on the cane job.
Is it there right now?
Is it nighttime?
You can be.
If it's nighttime, then yes. It just makes circles around the warehouse.
Could you point it out to me?
Go ahead and roll a perception check to see if you can find it.
13.
He goes over to the window, and there are windows at the top of this that you can look out. And then basically across the street is the clam, and then next to you is another warehouse, and the other way is a warehouse, and then over here is like an alley in between. You look down and you can almost feel it. You see just out of the shadow this like sharp. And you point it out. Roll a perception check.
Oh boy, I'm bad at these. 8.
You don't see anything.
gaze of 2 months.
Do you want to tell him? Are you trying to do the sneaky, or are you just trying to tell him?
I'm just gonna do it without saying anything.
So you have to touch him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put a hand on his shoulder, and then
She puts
also
a
while
hand
I'm looking out
on
there.
your shoulder. Go ahead and roll just a perception check again, to see if you feel it. 3. You don't notice
Oh my god!
because your eyes are trained, and you really. Do you want this to be real to somebody? What do you feel in this moment as you're showing somebody else what you see? Do you want her to see it? Are you worried that it is real? Are you more worried that it's going to prove it is in your head? Are you excited?
I'm more worried that it is real, but I think deep down in my head it is completely real as well.
It is real, but is your reality real? Is really the question.
Yeah.
You look, and you just through his eyes.
I don't see
His
him.
eyes don't see anything.
I could show it to you if you'd like.
Yes?
And you do like an illusion or something?
Well, I'm going to use a spell. Don't resist. It won't harm you, but just you have to let it happen.
All right.
And I'll cast Phantasmal Force on her.
Oh no!
Oh. She casts you cast Phantasmal Force and you don't resist. That doesn't do psychic damage?
I choose if it does damage.
Oh.
And you see.
So you see this.
Oh! Let me see. What the fuck is that,
If you want to take a picture and put it in the official Discord, you absolutely can.
bro?
Patrolling around the warehouse.
Is it like interacting with anything? Like, is there anyone else?
It just
around
sort
the
of, like,
warehouse that it's-
Crawls and like
Yeah.
you feel as though. How do you think you feel about it? I guess. Do you feel as though it's hunting you, protecting you, stalking you?
I'm worried that it's hunting.
Right. But it hasn't
Looks like
struck.
a hunter.
Not yet.
Yeah, it looks like a hunter. Yeah. If you want to pass it around so the others can see too after, that's fine
Let me
too.
try to get good light, because I'm on like.
You're gonna show them secret character stuff in the background, are you?
No.
Okay.
Just my
And yeah, he shows you
Oh, I
this
guess I could.
creature beyond natural understanding. Like, you have no basis. Like, obviously the features on it, you're like, oh, these are legs, this is head, that is a arm, those are spikes or something. Like, it has a physicality to it that your brain understands, but there's no like natural thing about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
It's
I'm
not-
gonna go around the like illusion, and like inspect it, like very thoroughly, like
Yeah.
examining all of it.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you see that. There's nothing more you can really glean from it besides its physicality,
It's
but it's
got,
pretty crazy.
like teeth and shit.
Yeah, it's got teeth.
This looks to me like the graboids from Tremors fucked the bugs from Starship Troopers. I don't know if that.
If you've never seen
Let me put this
the
on the
Tomorrow
Discord.
War,
Mm-mm.
it's the bad movie that none of the characters make any sense in. But the best part about it is, and Alex and I watched it. Shit, that came out before you even came up, right?
Yeah.
What was it again?
The Tomorrow War
Oh,
with Chris Pratt.
Jesus, fuck.
What a frustrating movie, but the monsters in it looked really cool.
They
It reminded me of this.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Everything about the movie sucked about the monsters.
Yeah, I think the monster, at least the design was neat, and they
And
felt
level
they
20
felt a
chat.
little bit.
I put the
Level 20 chat. That's for Discord users only. Exclamation point Discord to go look. And that is the spoiler chat. So if you're, well, you're not behind. You're here right now. Never mind. Fuck it. So
You said this thing has been around for like a week or so?
Yeah, about that, yeah. But you don't see it outside?
No. I can't see it through your own eyes either. So it's not through your eyes.
So it's just all in my head.
It could be. Or maybe you're the only one who has the ability to see it.
It's possible.
What's worse?
Yeah. Like when she said that, I was like, oh no, that's so much worse.
Why would it be hunting? What's it looking for?
Me?
But why would it want you?
This is a question that's rattled around in your brain many times. Much like the first day you got here, much like to your recollection, this has always happened. Not just this thing.
I've never really thought about that. I don't know. Why did whatever's talking to me choose me? Why? I don't know. But it started appearing when I stopped suppressing everything with drugs. I thought maybe they were related.
You didn't see this before you started drugs.
Right.
So, there's probably a little bit of you that's like, it's the drugs. Like, I'm coming down and I'm just seeing, like, fucking paralysis demons. I mean, it persists
The thing that talks to you, how frequent is that?
right now.
Constant.
It's
It-
always.
Yeah. It hasn't stopped.
But you don't understand it.
In the long way down, I could hear a couple of words clearly, but most of the time, no.
What happened in the bathroom that night? And Host? Maybe it's
Oh.
connected?
This last visit
Yeah.
to Host. Well, it gave me a choice. Either I accept the fetter sack from the Reverend or it. And I chose it because it's been with me longer. And I haven't died yet.
And you picked it over the...
Over the Reverend.
But you heard it...
This is just because we haven't talked about this, you and I. This is the second time you've let it. The first time was in the war when you really started having abilities.
So did you understand it like it spoke to you, or was it just a feeling?
It was more of an impulse without word.
Are you sure you're okay?
That's a loaded question. I'm me. I'm just, I don't know.
Have you seen anything else like this? Is this the only one?
This is the only one I've seen. Some noises sometimes, but it's probably just the warehouse.
But nothing inside the warehouse ever?
Not yet.
Every shadow has something in it. In fact, I would say, knowing that about your experience, is your space going to be quite well lit?
Probably.
Okay. So at this
Candles
point you notice like he's got like 3 lanterns in what is going to be as it finishes his room that light the corners. Specifically in the corners.
Are you a religious man?
Yes and no.
What do you mean by...
Well, the gods are indisputably real. I believe they have powers and
Yes.
can offer protection and grace to people who seek them, but rather than ascribe to any one in particular, I collect a little bit of everything here and there.
But aren't they dead?
They're ideas. They live.
Does that have some sort of power? Or?
Yeah. The gods are, I believe, creatures that are called tulpas. They're the collective unconsciousness, the thought made manifest. So enough people believed in the gods, and the gods came into being. But when everyone heard that the keepers had killed the gods, belief dwindled. Their belief wasn't as fervent, and the actual gods themselves followed suit. They died.
So the gods are just a different kind of creature, but not...
They're immensely powerful creatures, but creatures. As long as people believe in them, they continue to exist. It just depends on how powerfully.
Do you think belief could make like a new god?
Yeah, absolutely. If enough people believe in it.
But does it have to be one of those creatures, or can anything be a god?
I don't see why anything couldn't.
I wonder if that's what Reverend Gill is sort of doing.
Maybe it's an end goal. He'd probably have to get much bigger than he is now, though.
If you see anything else, will you tell me?
What is your threshold?
Something new or just anytime?
Anything else like this? And I point to the phantasmal force.
Okay. I will tell you.
If you're worried, I won't tell the others.
Sure. Why don't we keep it between us?
All right.
Oh, fuck. It's a weirdo pact.
You had two warlocks at a party and you thought they weren't going to be weird
Here
together?
we go. Yeah, that makes sense.
For what it's worth, I don't think you're crazy.
I do.
I'm just going to continue moving things and the rest of the...
The other two, what are you doing? Are you doing it together? Doing it separately? Both? Neither? Any other downtime activities you want to... you go out and you... Oh, I have a question for the table.
Mm-hmm.
Just because Randy's working on this. Have you already started painting? We were talking about colors for the land beast.
Mhm.
Does anyone have an opinion besides
Black.
purple? Black is cool. With purple accents sounds fucking dope, actually. And I know everybody likes purple here, including myself. And not just because I'm making fun of Hannah, but because, like, it actually is kind of cool. And Eldritchy.
Like a dark purple accent would be...
Dark purple accent, black. You like black? Just black.
If you get black, then we have to have purple somewhere.
I agree.
Black is a neutral color.
Do we want to add...
Purple's the best color. Fuck you.
Is there
I also like red. Bright.
black and red?
Right,
Yeah,
red.
fuck yeah,
We're
1997.
just making the fucking Venom mobile. What is this? No.
Kinda cool.
You don't get your fucking Tom Hardy.
What?
No.
I think it should just be plain black, but...
We also looked into military-esque colors, like really muted, like greens and grays and stuff
Boo.
like that. Okay.
Why are we
Hot
trying
Rod
to draw
red?
attention to ourselves?
You can't even
You're
drive
a,
a car.
it's a rolling tank. Attention
We're
will
not.
be paid
If we
whether it's
needed to
black.
be on the down low, we would need to get a different vehicle. Let's be real.
True.
This is a utility vehicle.
But we
Still
can
think we
black
don't
the
draw
window, though.
more attention to
Sure,
it.
you can have the windows blacked out.
That's all I request.
Okay, blacked out windows, which won't show up on the Mini because I don't think he's putting glass in.
No, it doesn't have windows.
Yeah,
It doesn't even have a top.
it has a top, but it's down in the model, but it has a top that goes over.
Mm-hmm.
That's just so we can move everybody
Drop top.
around. And, yeah. So if it's ever raining, you can assume it's on.
There might be one with the top up. I can look.
Yeah, but then we can't put the menus in.
No, we could have.
You mean we could have just the top and put it on? I'd be better with that.
Ooh,
We could
that
do like
would
a
be
like a
cool.
Maybe.
removable top.
Maybe.
If it's workable. If not, fuck it.
Removable
That could be a later thing, though. We don't have to worry about that. So, no other... I mean, we could do this later. I'm just saying, like, I'm imagining Ink is spending a decent amount of time around this new toy. And you look it over, you know... I'll say over the course of this, you learn how to fix it. You learn all the parts that go into it. You learn what it needs. If things go wrong, you'll be able to at least orchestrate what happens and get it.
I'm
taken
gonna
care
go
of.
over my old research notes that I have
Mm-hmm.
and see if I can find any reason to believe there could be any side effects.
Sure. Go ahead and go make. I'll say intelligence with proficiency, and then of course you can roll on it if you want, and you can double the dice on it because intelligence. Not for nothing, you also had a little red book.
I handed that off to him.
You
on
have the little
truck.
red book that you got from the place. If you want to also.
You said investigation.
If that's what you want to use, that's fine. Medicine
12
probably.
Plus 14 is 26. Plus 7 is 33.
33. Side effects to your original formula? No.
Okay.
Uh,
So
you-
then I know what they made won't have side effects. Or no.
Do you want to do a sample? Do you want to use that
Because
on your one sample?
if so,
Or do you
I
want to
would-
wait for it to hit stores and just buy it?
I would very much like to warn Reverend Gill if there's going to be side effects.
Okay. You don't see any side effects with moderate. Anything in high amounts, you
Of
think
course.
someone could get toxicity or something.
Mhm.
It's not a natural compound. It is meant to exacerbate your natural state, so it gives +1 to fucking everything. And it restores your speed if you have an injury. You think long-term use of this, you would need a broader study, but for right now, you think just like dosing sometimes is probably fine. So no need to warn Reverend Gill about that most likely. And you also suspect if he wants them, he might have some ways to suss out what's going on anyway. He's a man that's collected other things
Yeah.
that are more complicated than this, including shipping for the bride. So, you don't feel that worried in that to have it in his hands that way. Yeah, you do have that little red book if you want to look at it that you got
Yeah,
from the
I'll-
warehouse. You can roll an investigation check on that as well.
What was the name of the thing you said the gods were?
Tulpas.
Tulp.
TULPA.
Yeah, and that's essentially people believe in a thing hard enough it becomes real.
Yeah.
26?
26. Okay, so
My
what you glean from the
expertise
red
skill.
booklet is this. There were many other trucks delivering to many other warehouses for distribution purposes for the Perfectus. And this is a log of those activities. There were no fewer than 24 warehouses stocked with Perfectus for distribution in different stores around the city.
Okay.
Let's see what else. One of the trucks,
Okay.
and this takes you a while, like it's all just data.
Mm-hmm.
And you look over it and it looks normal for a while. But there's something about it. Like you're looking at it and you run the numbers and there's an incongruence, and so you go back and look over your work. And you realize that one of the trucks, one that was delivered not to the warehouses but to the Blue Chalice in the Rings, a special delivery, had reported the same amount of Perfectus, but interestingly, and this is just the only aberration in this entire booklet, is that the weight of the vehicle was about 280 pounds, 300 pounds more than the others. That's it.
I'm going to circle that.
Okay. Big and circled.
No, I'm just thinking.
Okay. So, and your downtime besides truck stuff. Anything you thinking of?
Just getting used to the vehicle and stuff like that.
Okay,
Nothing else
yeah.
in particular.
All right. You basically spend time shining it up and
Forgot that I can do that.
what?
I forgot I have the linguist feat, so I can like create ciphers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can absolutely create ciphers. Are you trying to create a cipher?
No,
for anybody?
not
Okay.
yet, but I just gotta remember.
What happened? Did you drop something?
Um,
I see.
marker.
Okay. So. Oh, cool. Not even 10.
It's 9:45.
Is there anything else you'd like to do during this downtime, or are we headed towards a delve? Are we headed somewhere else? I know you guys had said you wanted to do a delve. You just spent a lot of money, so you could recoup it,
Yeah,
or
that's
try
what I
to
was
recoup
thinking.
some.
Yeah, I'm still down.
Pretty
for
much
that.
all the independent feedback I got from you guys was I want to go on a delve. So, if that's the case, we absolutely can start preparations for that, or you can go off and do something else. You have other threads to follow if you'd like to. The world is yours, guys.
I'm good with the delve.
Delve
to
is
make
good.
some
Yeah.
money.
Build our reputation a little.
Could also get something I know. Why am I forgetting her name again?
I
But
would
Mr.
like to make a
Spade.
cipher.
Spade, yes.
I would like to make a cipher
Okay.
about my investigation. And
So
send
essentially, your notes but ciphered.
it, yep, and then
Perfect.
send it to the lady.
Oh.
Yep.
Are you gonna have her decode it, or are you gonna give her like a key?
I want to put the key in it. I'm gonna make it
Okay.
easy to decode.
Be like, okay.
Because like it's an intelligence check, which is my DC basically to decode it.
Okay. And you're gonna give her a cipher so she doesn't have to use
Yeah.
the check and just has to work through it, and then she's meant to discard the cipher when she knows it, so you two can communicate. Okay. And that is Mila Stipe, correctly? Okay, so that is the investigative reporter. So
Yep.
you sent her essentially a missive, and you give her all of it. You give her everything that you learned.
Yep.
Okay. And you just mail it to her, so you don't interact. Okay, cool.
That way I can do that, and then we can just go and take care of other stuff. And
Okay, I'll write that as a note for you.
plus, it doesn't raise eyebrows if I keep walking in there and leaving.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Is it time for the boy?
I heard a sad boy.
Okay. So that happens. Anybody else? You do have items and stuff. You guys have already sold and bought everything you want for that, and you are preparing for a delve. So, is there anything you want to prepare for a delve as you make your way into the only way up?
How much are health?
Maybe the only way down?
Well,
No, the long way down, and then the place is called the only
yeah.
way up.
Yeah.
we should pick
Because
up
it's
the
the only
shop,
way
you know,
up.
Last time we got a job, they gave us stuff, so we should wait.
Oh, that's true.
What was that?
I said she asked how much health potions were there,
Mm-hmm.
but then I also said last time we did a job, they gave
Yeah,
us some
they do
stuff,
give you some
so-
stuff.
I also have
You what?
I have a health potion already.
Okay. So you head into the only way up. And you are looking for a delve. You go to Delve Master Braum. Hey, how you doing, delvers?
We're doing pretty good.
No.
How are you?
Good, pretty good. Are you trying to sponsor yourselves on this delve and just get work? Which is a down payment, but you get to do your own thing.
How much is the down payment?
50 gold. You are
How does
established
it-
delvers, or you can get a sponsored job.
Sponsored job gives us.
Sponsored job gives you stuff. Do you want to do a sponsored job?
But then we got to give them whatever they are asking for, correct?
Correct. You can't just go down and do whatever you want. You have a mission,
Yeah.
and however you get front loaded with stuff,
Yeah.
and you know, it's usually a good deal for people who don't have but a bunch of capital.
What do you guys think?
You'd
50
also
gold
have to
per
register.
person or 50 gold for.
You also have to register the group.
We have to have a name.
50 gold per person or per group?
50 per person. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want a sponsored job then? Because that's you go sponsored or freelance.
Probably sponsored until we have a better idea of how to
Sponsored.
navigate down
Sponsored.
It's our second
there.
delve.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So here, like, we got some sponsored work for the four of you. And he looks over your records that he has on his own delving thing from your slip and sees the work that you did for the Church of the Shattered God. All right. And would you say you're level 3 adventurers? So he's going to give you, essentially what this does is you can uncork the bottle and go to any level and do whatever the fuck you want and choose your delve path, essentially. But it's not balanced for you.
Yeah.
It's whatever you choose.
Mm-hmm.
Or balanced for you. So, to some extent, there's waivers. It's always dangerous. This is always deadly, guys.
Yeah.
As long as you understand that.
All combat's
I am not
always
trying to
deadly.
kill you. Things in there might. Yeah. We've got this right here, and he hands you the slip, which I will give you next time. There's Duragar Delvers down there, the traders that often work there and in our facilities down below. There's a report of a stolen cache of loot and disappearance of the secondary retrieval team. So this is essentially go in, retrieve loot, you'll get a cut of it, and if there's any of the retrieval team there, to either confirm their demise or to bring them out. So, does this sound like something you want to do?
Sure.
Yeah.
How far down were they when they went missing?
Level 4.
All right.
You went 2 last time. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and the long way, or the only way up again, is essentially a bar. On the right is the delving office, and above you is that little kid with his feet hanging off, and he's got a chalkboard up there, and he walks along the ledge, I guess, the sill of the whole thing, walks along it and starts writing down your information. And people begin again. You hear the murmur of people betting on whether or not you're going to live or die down there. You've already hammered your coins, so you don't have to do that again. Those are part of the first time ritual, but the drink is still part of the ritual. Mm-hmm. And he pours a free one for any delver that comes in and is going to do a job. So you guys have all the stuff you want in your packs, or you want to go shop first. He's also going to give you, as part of that, 2 greater healing potions.
Okay.
So you can distribute those how you want. And that's it.
Let's take one, because I'll probably front line.
2 graders.
So hold on to that one.
You are the like meat shield, so it's probably a good.
Yeah,
idea.
you guys hit me a lot. So
Yeah, it's probably either you or Ink, I would assume. Okay. So yeah. Is there anything you want to do to prepare before?
Is the shop in here the same price as everything else? I didn't know. If
The
there
shop
was
in here, you get some access to some stuff because you're delvers. That they don't sell in just like normal stores around. Like, you can purchase moon chips from these people if you'd like to. Okay. You can set up fireworks 4 days after 4th of July, whatever the fuck it is. It's actually like the 7th. Right?
I didn't know if we got like a discount on the stuff in the shop or not for delving.
No, you're just allowed to buy from
Okay.
there. And they have some stuff that you can't get in the city. So
How
they have
much?
some magic. Sure.
Is a regular healing potion for him?
80.
50. Go on.
Let's see.
Emptying it out. Is that fitty?
Check my
Thank you.
inventory.
Yeah, check your inventories. They have weapons, they have armor, they have potions. They don't only have healing potions. They have other potions. Which I have just weird potions that you can remember, and we can use those.
I saw this Etsy seller that does like 3D printed potions that all the
3D
bottles are like
printed
they're like themed.
I
after
have
the-
bottles already. I don't need. Oh, those are cool though.
Yeah.
Can we do like a miner's pick, a shovel?
Yeah, I'll say. Miner's pick, a shovel. I don't know if.
Some kind of like cutting tool, like a machete or something, just to
Uh,
like cover our bases in case we need to get through anything. Like a
Smart.
an all-purpose adventurer's pack for delving.
I will say you can look through the inventory that I have, and you can choose to buy quite literally any of it.
Okay.
So, let me see. I also have blank item cards. Again, if you need any item cards.
You have a lantern and stuff, right?
So,
Yeah.
I mean, there's quite a bit of stuff here. I don't mean to overwhelm you. But here you go.
I have a lantern with
And
18
then
hours of
If you have any other requests, I could probably facilitate that. They have a lot of stuff here because they get stuff from the delves too. So, oh, he's not gonna like that. Oh boy,
He's got nobody to
baby,
snuggle.
baby boy. I hope he's okay. He might. The dog might become quite upset about the fireworks. We'll see what happens.
You can
No,
let
I-
him down.
I don't need anything.
You can bring him down.
I'll just see if he'll sit down next to me.
I'm worried about him trying to huddle underneath this and getting in the power cords because he's scared. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I know, but I mean, like, I might be able to redirect that.
You want to?
Yeah.
Go ahead. See if the boy can come down. He'll probably be a little hyper, but that's okay. As long as he doesn't go under the stairs, I don't really care. We can actually bring him down regularly if he would relax, but you know him.
Right.
And also, he walks underneath these and stuff,
Oh, yeah.
and the whole set will fall apart. Any other? Do you have enough ammunition and everything? And you have enough
much
ammunition?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was debating.
You don't want any magical potions. You don't want any. I mean, you can also go to Rossi's and go to the speakeasy if you want anything technically illegal. You have access to these now because you are connected enough to Rossi. Okay, as long as you can't think of anything.
This is
Oh,
the
that
one I
boy's
was
coming down. Let's see what
looking
happens.
for.
Hey, relax, buddy. Relax.
Nope, everything's fucked.
He didn't even wait.
You're okay. You're okay.
Oh god.
Not under all the way. Hey, come here.
Hey,
All right, sit. Oh.
No,
Oh,
Mom, please.
Okay.
Sit. Sit. Thank you. No,
He
come
can, he can come right here, but he
Grappling hook?
Yeah, like right here.
can't. Ooh, a grappling hook.
Eh?
Too
Not a
good.
bad idea.
As long as you have rope for the end of it.
We get some rope too.
Do I have rope?
Grappling hook.
Some of you might have rope.
I still have rope.
I have rope.
rope.
He's
Okay,
in
if
front.
you have rope, you can use it.
Yeah, I see the boy. Shovel, miner's pick, crowbar.
I have an alchemist fire, by the way.
Basically,
It's a damage
I'm
over
thinking
time
like
fire thing.
pretty much everything on this page.
Let me see.
Pretty much everything on that page. If you want it, you
It's
absolutely
all
can. As
very
long as you can
useful.
afford it.
Oh yeah, I can afford it.
Yep.
It's all very useful.
And then remember, of course, you want to be able to
Carry stuff.
carry
Yeah.
stuff back. So it just depends on
Yeah,
what
but
your
this
load
stuff
is.
is worth like nothing. So like, if we don't need it, we can just.
Sure.
It's like 2 gold for a miner's pick.
Just littering in the. long way
Well, no,
down.
we're
You
leaving
can also
it.
over encumber yourself. Your speed drops.
Yeah.
It's like a free library for loot.
Yeah, we're leaving it in case someone else comes through the area and needs it.
And then they find that.
Also,
We're paying it forward.
Your transformation at this point only lasts a minute, but you can technically carry double for a short period
Needed
of
to.
time. If you absolutely need to.
Grappling hook. So grappling hook, shovel, miner's pick. I think that's it, unless anyone thinks we need a hammer, a crowbar, a sledgehammer, or a chain.
You can cut those out as long as you give me the gold for them.
Ooh, how long is this chain? Does it
I
say?
might say
Oh, it's 10 foot. Okay.
10-foot chain.
I would say if we could get a chain for the grappling hook instead of a rope, that might be a
You
little
get a
bit
10-foot
better.
one.
But It's only 10 feet instead of 50.
You can get multiple links of chain.
True.
Is he still down here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think he feels safe under the table, right?
Do they have like heavy duty rope?
Yeah, that'd be
Inventory.
silken
Silk
rope.
Okay, and that's 50 feet.
Yeah, that's one of the item
Okay,
cards.
so
it's essentially elephant
50 feet,
rope.
yeah.
That.
Yeah,
grappling
that'll
hook,
work. So
Minor
you want
pick,
silken
shovel.
rope? Okay.
Minor pick, shovel, and grappling hook.
Silk ropes on there.
I
And
need
silk
like
rope.
trash.
You have a trash thing right here. You just put your tape on that.
Minor.
It's
pick.
just a box that I'm gonna pull out whenever we're filled up
I
with
need
stuff.
the prices for this really quick.
Your cosplay is here.
I
2
don't know where to
plus
put it right
2 plus
Just put it somewhere. You can step on it. Can you put it back behind the curtain
plus
so you don't lose it? There you go.
10, 16 gold.
16 gold? Done. Easy. Right there. Anything else you guys need? I love the inventory system. Very happy with this.
I can't find my fucking inventory sheet though with like my cards. I had it folded up with this stuff.
Sarah and losing stuff. More iconic duo.
You're giving me more stuff to lose.
More stuff to lose. It's just a sheet of it's one plastic sheet.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, so we need silken rope.
Uh-huh. So you're gonna take Big Mama number 3 down.
Are we good on tents? I have one.
I don't have one.
Do you want it? There's not like rain down there.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Can I just grab out
I
6?
don't have a tent, but I have a bedroll.
Yeah. Bedroll the sleepers need.
Okay.
So the 3 of you.
As long-
Don't
yeah,
need
if that's
that
enough.
yet.
then-
5 versus.
The
I mean,
sleeper.
you don't need it, but you'd have to make
Okay.
a Constitution save of 10 to sleep and
Rope.
get a rest. Does that make
Here's
sense?
the other. Oh wait, I need this. And then all of this page. All of these.
No.
I don't think we're going to need.
Grappling hook,
Okay.
mining pick,
Okay.
shovel.
Are you taking a set of clothes down there? Extra clothes? Because that would count.
Yeah.
Okay, you already have this, but you should cut this out and keep it down there.
Okay.
Just for yourself. I mean, here.
Yeah.
You can, just the common clothes.
The top right.
Okay.
6,
I'll
7,
use my tent.
Kind of wild how an inventory dynamic changes your mentality in this.
Yeah.
kind of thing.
But I like that, right? Because
Oh, I
mean,
agree.
like,
I agree.
we're not just pack rats. It feels good.
I like it.
Professor's
better too.
inventory was a fucking
Oh,
disaster.
of course.
by
That's
the
part
end.
of the
So
reason.
just a grappling hook, a miner's pick, and a shovel.
Mhm.
And then the common clothes.
Yep.
Sure.
I get 10 inventory
Okay,
slots.
here's the rest.
Let's put them
While I
here.
cut these out.
Right, you get inventory slots equal to your strength score.
Equal to your strength score.
Yeah, so I get 10.
I have like -1.
No,
slots.
not your strength bonus. Equal
Strength
to your
score.
strength score.
Yeah. I'm saying like I don't even have a full page. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I
Oh.
see. You mean you
Yeah.
have 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I have 10, so I have.
You can also
a
use the
full page
back
plus
sides
one.
for them if you want, or you can have another sheet. I have more. It's up to you.
I have a ton too, I think.
I can't
If-
really
if you-
carry stuff.
And
so-
also,
It honestly
There's
makes
that.
me kind of want to take a strength
Yeah.
ASI later
Right.
on. It incentivizes it, even though it's
Mhm.
not really my class. Just,
Just
because
like
there's
my
also
sorcerer.
a feat I believe that you can use to. I think it's expanded feats that you can use to
Carrying capacity.
carry
feat.
capacity.
I think
Yeah.
so.
It might be just a regular feat PHB, but if not, we can talk about one. If you are like, well, because level 4 is next. I want to take an ASI, but I want to be able to carry more shit. How can I do this? Like, we can talk about it. There's also equipment later on, probably throughout this campaign, that you will find that will increase your capacity. But right now we just have adventure packs.
So I have.
you'll find the world's last bag of holding.
I dropped my inventory down by
One-
your feet.
It'll be on the last session of this campaign.
Oh, buddy.
If he relaxes down here like this,
Yeah, he's literally
I
just
actually
sitting
kinda
down by my
dig it.
feet.
He's so
Yeah,
chill.
he's chill. He's being good.
I'm just worried when we get excited,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's gonna be like, because you know how he'd be. So
I don't think
You
I
think
need
you're
my
messy
alchemist
beast.
supplies.
I did give him dogweed, so that's good. What?
I don't need my alchemist supplies.
The only thing you would need for them is to do experiments with proficiency. In any of those places.
Cool. So 6 of my 10 are filled up.
Oh.
Wait, is
We
the
used
mining
all those
pick one or
fire
two?
bombs, right?
Yeah, I think so. I did.
I thought
It's-
so.
I used all of mine.
Yeah, we used them all.
It's not a weapon.
I didn't know if it was. Okay.
You can. I consider that versatile. 1d4, 1d6 or something.
Okay.
Like, if you really want to use it, but it's not.
I have the
It's only gonna
grappling
take
hook,
up
so
one
I'll
slot.
take the silk rope.
Like a great sword is more what I'm thinking. A halberd
If I
is
put the
huge.
rope on the grappling hook,
No, it still counts. It's the same
Still
amount of
two slots.
space it takes up and the weight. But that's a good try. I appreciate it. And that's the silken rope.
yeah.
Okay. So that'll have a really hard time breaking.
I feel better.
So.
Okay.
But it's quite valuable, so I would
Cool. So you
try
guys
not
are
to
my
just leave
pack
it.
mules, essentially.
Yeah.
Said you guys are the pack mules.
Oh yeah.
Because I have everything we need to traverse.
There it is!
You're shoved really far
Nice
back
and-
in my thing.
I only have 3 of 8
Oh, I have a
inventory
10
slots
on me.
occupied.
Do you want to keep the tent on you?
I also have some rope.
You guys have the communal.
Crocodile candle.
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
the warehouse stuff, right?
Yeah,
Here you
there's
go.
You can leave stuff in the
chest that
shadow flask. Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that
Or check
my
it out,
stuff
I
just
think.
in my little basement. so-
Okay, and let's see what else we have for sale.
Could
Just
we get
so-
could we get like personal chests for the fucking
Yeah, in your journey, I believe it tells you the price of those. Your journey pamphlet.
something to throw in that.
I have to have my tinker's tool so I can fix myself. Don't need calligrapher supplies or weaver's tools. Or fine clothes.
I, should
Anybody
get-
want to carry some rope?
I have 50 feet of silken rope.
I can if you need.
If we need more
a
rope.
lot on me right now.
Can never have too much rope on a delve.
So if someone wants to carry a thing of rope. I mean, I could also carry
Guess
it,
I
and then
could
I could
carry
just
it.
be
I can
like
carry
carrying all the
it.
I'm just trying to
necessities.
save as many
Yeah.
spots as I can.
You could
Do
just,
I need a mess kit?
if you want everybody to, like, cook. That's more for cooking food you find.
I'm saying we already have
The mess
rations
kit's like-
and stuff, so I
well,
don't think we
okay,
need
so
to
yeah.
prep anything.
If you don't feel like you're going to be cooking food, then yes.
Yeah, I have 3
If you
days
just
worth
have
of
like little
rations.
tins of rations.
Yeah.
But if you find like, oh, there's some meat, we don't have any food. We're gonna have to figure out how to eat. So it's up to you.
I think we're good on
It's a-
rations, and I'm just gonna bring my. Are we gonna be down there for more than one day?
Maybe.
Maybe. We don't know.
What's the time limit
Depends
on
on
this one?
There's no time limit.
Okay, I have to bring salt in my hydra meat, which I don't have like a card or anything for it. Does that take up
Your
any
hydra
of my
meat's a
salt?
slot,
Okay.
but salt isn't. I'll say it's part of the hydra meat. I'm not gonna manage your salt. So yeah, anything you want to leave, put in the warehouse bin.
Do you have like a card that I could, like a blank one,
For what? Your hydra meat? Sure.
Yeah.
You want me to write hydra
so I
meat on
can
there?
have it in my inventory?
You can write hydra meat and whatever else you want on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are yours. So, you can also treat that as the land beast storage too, if you want, or you can have another bin for it. I don't care. I have many boxes for these things, and they're nice. I have nice ones. Here's my nice one. Look how nice.
Ooh.
Ooh, it's got the price tag on it too.
What?
It goes $10.
Oh, at the.
Okay. So, your loadouts are ready for delving.
I'm good. Am I holding on to that other rope, or are you doing it, Randy?
I can.
Okay. Because, like, yeah, I have 10 slots, so I can carry all the stuff we need to traverse, and then everyone else can carry
Yeah,
wood.
that's fine too.
Do you have the other rope?
Yeah, I do.
5 empty slots.
Other rope.
Thank you. Cool. So I still have 2 empty slots.
I'm bringing my crocodile candle.
The light source.
That doesn't count
Sorry,
as a slot.
Darwin.
It
if
doesn't?
if you're
Oh,
using it,
I'm so
if
sorry.
it's floating.
Oh, okay, then.
If
yeah.
it's not floating and you just want to hide it away, then yes. So I would keep the card, but just like around, not in the warehouse. But like, unless you pack it away, you don't have to like.
Just have it out anytime we're not being stealthy.
It just hovers next to you and has a little candle on it that changes color. It's really weird. You still don't know what that's from.
Something about me is really weird.
That certainly has an origin. Okay. So, you have your delve slip ready.
Are we going in fully rested?
I'll say you have a full rest. Yeah, you spend a couple days
Yeah, a
doing it.
couple
So
days,
go ahead and
yeah.
roll your 2 hit dice.
Oh, also,
Your temp HP. Pretty good.
12 out of 16.
That's fucking huge. Double.
Double sixes.
Wow. That's your best one. Yeah, I think you had 3 last time, right?
I just got a 6, and that's
Did you roll?
it.
7 and an 8. 15.
Shit!
Sheesh.
I-
Did you roll well?
5 and a 1.
In monster form, I have effectively 58 hit points if it's
Yeah.
resistance.
If you use bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing.
Yep.
Okay. And did you want to consume one of your restaurant foods to get
Yes.
Yeah.
What does that do again when it's the gold?
It gives you
foods?
a
Check your
skill check and a
tokens.
saving throw.
Check my.
An advantage on
It says slow play on it.
Yeah, that's the brand.
I know. He said check your tokens, so I was like,
Oh,
is this slow?
Oh, I see.
So we get the advantage. Wait,
On
how does it work
saving
again?
throw.
Is it advantage or a luck
Is it
point?
1 saving throw?
1.
1 saving throw and 1 skill check.
Okay.
So you get both.
Allows you to roll with advantage.
On 1, you just like spend them.
You choose when. Yeah, if you already have advantage, it wouldn't do anything. So,
Okay, so
yeah, you get to choose on a saving throw and a skill check when you use those. For taking care of yourself. See, we're incentivized. It's good.
oh,
Yeah.
all these moon chips, do they take up slots and stuff too?
No.
I thought it was 2
moon
moon
slips.
chips to a slot.
Yeah, to a slot.
Do we want to bring these or do we want to keep them in the store?
Probably keep them in the store.
They're super usable though.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, we could
You
keep-
can
we could
use them
bring
to get
one.
slots back, guys. You're warlocks.
It's just
I'll
risky.
If you just want to use them for fuel and
I'll
never
keep
use any of the
one on
benefits for things,
me.
you go for it. I don't care.
I'll keep 1 on me.
It's risky to
It's a
use.
whole aspect of the game you guys are scared to use because it gives you a little bit of a rash.
A little bit of a rash.
Literally, there's an insane asylum set up for people.
I guess I'll hang on to
OD'd
mine.
on them.
That's from lots of stuff. That's from first responders. That's from like not just people just using fucking moon chips.
But also people who use them, right?
Moon chips?
Yeah.
No, we could talk about getting you some veils.
Most
stuff
people who
if you
use
want,
moon
you know
chips
what I'm saying?
don't have.
I put some moon chips in your skin.
Oh.
Most people who use moon chips to that level to get that amount of moon plague
Okay.
are rich
Nothing.
and would not be
Pretty good.
committed
I'll
to
talk
an
to you
insane
about
asylum. These
Putting moon
people
chips
are
in your
like.
skin.
I mean, you haven't visited. What you know of in the city is that a lot of these people spend too much time in not just with moon chips, but like the dust and the drugs and the other aspects of being around these places. Are you just doing? Oh, okay. That's smart.
Yeah, for it to dry.
But again, when you use it, you only roll to see if it happens, not that it actually
It's a
happens.
5% chance.
5% chance of that. I mean, come on.
It's pretty slim.
Plus, they're a scaling cure wounds.
19, I
He
would have
just
been
wants
safe.
us to get the moon plague.
I just want you to do whatever you want. I'm just saying, like, you're very apprehensive, and there's a 5% chance when you use these that you will even get
Moon plague.
one step into Moon Plague, not like full blasted. So,
Moon plague.
you got it again.
Yeah, 2 times in a row.
What?
I'm rolling all 5 of my dice.
So, like, if you did
15
5 Moon Chips. Now, you
15 I
can't
got
use more
twice.
than one at a time.
It's a good chance to not get anything.
You can use as many at a time as you want. You can use all 3 right now and upcast a spell past where you can cast it. You can. So, for every moon chip you use when you cast a spell, you can use it to cast 1 level higher.
So you use 4 moon chips.
You can also use them to get slots back. You can also use them to heal. You can use them to moon charge the spell. So,
Just gotta
what you guys wanna do?
Uses. Just gotta weigh the costs.
Lots of
150
good stuff,
gold,
especially
and
for
5%
casters.
chance.
but for everybody. So, only way up You get your drinks, whatever you want. They're clinked around. And do you guys remember what to say when you go down?
Into the dark.
Into the dark. We all do it. We all have to do it. We all have to do it. Into the dark.
Into
the dark.
There we go. And you slam those. They're delicious. And you go towards Big Mama number 3. The big lift cage with chains on top of it. People are betting on your successes and failures. You're headed down.
Remember before the stream when you're like, we were like, yeah, probably won't even get to it.
To the I mean, I think you'll finish it. Big Mama number 3 heads down. Descent into blackness. Once again, headed into the long way down. The ride is a little bit longer than last time. You go down a little bit further, past the essentially 2 flat, hewn rocky places where you went out before, and down, down, down. The gate stops with a and you open the door and start walking forward. There is, at the back of this place, a guy. There is essentially a cul-de-sac. We're just going to go to Dungeon Noise right now. There is a dwarf. And he is standing in front of 2 mine carts on rails and next to a lever, and he has amenities for himself. He spends a lot of time down here. This is essentially his post and probably someone else's. And he sees Big Mama number 3 come down, and he looks at his paperwork, his schedule, and he looks at the possible delves that are on number 4. He sees you coming, and he goes, what delve are you all on? You walk forward, you hand him the slip. He looks at it, he marks something off, he hands it back to you, he rips his little tab off of it and keeps his records. And he says, all right, headed into the mine carts. Mind your arms and legs, don't stick them out. And don't try to, lean to a side or anything. This isn't a fun ride, so if you lift your arms up like a woo, and you get to the end and you don't have arms anymore, well, that's your fault, because I warned you. Is there any other questions you have about the minecart experience before you head on down?
Where does it end at?
Well, according to this, it, Oh, okay. You'll be, at, Ravlin's post, and then you gotta head down a little bit more, but, not on a minecart. So not long. A short 2-minute jaunt.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, he gets you into the mine carts, and they're of dwarven make, so they're very boxy and rigid, and they sit on these rails. They have seats on either side, and they have things for you to grab, and then they have a space underneath the seats that you can take your backpacks off and put them under so they don't fly out. And then he starts, on the wall, in the stone, are many levers, as he starts to look, and you can hear in the tunnel beyond, you can hear the distant sounds of metal going to change the mine carts to take you to where this location is. You get the sensation that these are sprawling a cascade of minecart possible paths in here. And he does so. And he goes, okay, well, anything else you need before we're headed out? Because I'm about to pull this big fucking lever and you're about to go down there. And he goes over to the big fucking lever and you can see on it, it is a long red lever that's been painted and it says big fucking lever. Right on it in Dwarven. Any of you speak Dwarven?
I do.
In Dwarven, big fucking lever. And it has like a little thing. He grabs it. Farewell! Into the dark! And he goes, you go, and it's basically a roller coaster. You head down and sharp, and there's a left turn, there's a right turn, and then you go up, and then there's down, and it moves you around. It takes you on a dizzying ride, but eventually, after a couple minutes, comes to a stop. It's a 20-foot long hallway. At the end of the hallway is a dead end and a hole in the floor. A dark hole. Behind it is an iron ring driven into the rock, and a chain ladder coiled up on the floor below that, attached to the ring. A dwarven delve conductor snores in a dome of magical energy inside a sleeping bag and other camping supplies, all confined to this little dome to the side of it. You can see all the amenities, bedroll, a little campfire that's long gone out, and a magical dome of energy. As he
Should we try to wake him?
That's a bad idea.
Just let him sleep.
You just letting him sleep?
Don't know where we're going.
Just knock on the dome.
You knock on the dome and it gives this like. It's not like a hollow. It's like a force as it spreads over the bubble. This is a tiny hut. You can't pass through it. And as you do, he hears and he goes, "Fuck!" And he grabs his warhammer that's sitting to the side, and he looks over.
Just domes.
Oh. And he, with a heavy clunk, sounds much heavier. Feels like he only lifted it up like a foot off the ground, but it still thunks heavily. This is quite a thick piece of steel that he picked up with relative ease. And he gets up, and you see we'll go back to this. It's not doom and gloom yet. You see a semi-disheveled dwarven man with like crumbs in his beard, long scraggly hair. He puts on some glasses, and then he there's essentially like a stump, like a wooden stump he brought down here, and on top of it is this little like ball, like a globe, that sits in a depression in the stump, and he touches it and it goes. And it lights the space. He dismisses his tiny hut and walks out of it and starts to wipes off his stuff. He buttons up a shirt that he didn't have and he tucks it in a little bit and he I'm sorry, just a little bit I was taking a nap. You're headed down?
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah.
All right. Well, gets up. You hear his legs crack and his back cracks, and mine just did too. And he sore from sleeping. Well. Name's Rablin Sugarwood. Happy to have you. Welcome on this delve. You ever been this low before?
Not at all.
We've
All
not.
right. Never seen your faces, so expected maybe not. Well, it points at the hole. You're going down the hole,
All right.
as you can see, and there's a ladder there. climbs about, I don't know, 100 feet or so be careful. When you reach the end, I'll be pulling the ladder back up as per policy here, and so you'll be on your own. But when you get back, you yell up the hole, and I'll hear you, and then I'll lower the rope, and you can come back up. I lost a group of delvers not but 2 days ago down here, so things are a bit worrisome. Heard some noises down the hole not too long ago, unpleasant noises, so I'd say you be a bit careful. Is there anything else?
What kind of unpleasant noises?
Oh. Sort of like but from far away. Down in the hole. Yeah, big stuff. Well,
She was fucking balling herself into my leg.
Oh, I thought it was Darwin, but he's over here.
and as you may notice as you look down in the hole, it's a natural hole, so it's not going to be just like perfectly straight and drilled down. So there's a little bit of a waterfall a little bit down there. Small, very small waterfall, like trickling water. Hardly even, to call it a waterfall was maybe a mistake on my behalf, okay? But nonetheless, it might make things a little slick. So just take your time and be easy. Then when you get down to the bottom, you'll be fine. All right.
Sure.
All right. Well, hopefully you all come back alive. Have a wonderful trip. As he takes it down, and he goes, and he, you can hear it sort of clatter in the hole. You all climb down.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. I need, because you have the ladder, everyone to make me an athletics check with advantage
Bro, look at your
boy.
fucking cat right now.
as you start to climb down. Who's going first?
Someone who can see.
Who can see?
I'll go first.
The
Go
dungeoneer will go first. Surprise.
Oh, with advantage?
Ink, you don't have to make this roll.
That's not good.
Net 20.
You have a climbing speed, so
That's not
Oh,
good.
11.
-1 for 19.
19,
Hey.
11.
Your
I
cat is
got-
under my feet right now, and I'm just going like this with my feet, and
Yeah,
she's
she
just
loves
fucking
that. 10.
loving it.
10, that's the
What a
DC
goblin.
to climb down a ladder.
What a
So you climb down a ladder. It is quite a strenuous activity for many of you to get down, and especially like about 30 feet down, you hear the trickle of water, and it starts to come out of the side and just start to trickle down. You're pretty sure you're below like the water table. It starts to trickle down the sides, and sometimes it'll hit a rock and spritz, and the whole rope or the whole ladder is wet and slick. But you make it down without issue. As you reach the bottom and you are off that, you step out into the initial chamber, and maybe 2 seconds go by before it starts going up, and the ladder is gone. You are in a relatively open space. You see in front of you while it is a cavern, it has walls to the left and right, kind of a long path. Gloomy, misty. There seems to be like a lichen on the ground that gives a little softness to the footfalls. There are small bioluminescent spirals that grow up out of the lichen onto the walls. And it looks like, and these are what light the space mostly. It's this green lichen that crawls up, and then it spirals around, and like tendrils of this lichen grow up onto the walls, and then in between those spirals is blue bioluminescent light. Not dissimilar to the blue lights you've seen in other places, but definitely not the same. You see fungus, like ruddy, sort of rusty colored, mushroom caps that sort of grow in different places of moisture, and what at first look like trees, but you realize are also fungus that have like limbs, like fungal sort of slime mold limbs that go out, and then they slowly like drip like mucusy fungal slime. And on the ground, maybe 50 feet in front of you, along what is kind of a path. You can see that people have walked before along this. You see a small leather bag. Bigger than a coin pouch, smaller than a backpack.
I want to go pick it up.
Okay, you walk over and grab it. Way ahead of everybody else as you are all back here. You pick it up, and maybe 30 feet in front of everybody as you sort of like, almost like dash up. You just want to... Okay.
Are you aware of the concept of a trap? I want to be clear about
Someday she is going to set off a trap, but today, or at least right now, is not that time.
Why
because
you gotta reinforce this behavior? Throw a trap at her.
Curiosity? How
Fucking
dare
kill
I?
her.
this isn't a trap. If you happen to make a trap go off at any point due to your lack of interest in your own well-being, oh, buddy, I know it. It's so sad when everybody doesn't pay attention to you all the time. I'll give you ears while I talk to everybody, okay? You see, in there. Okay, how about this? Before you open it, it wriggles in from within.
Just gonna open it even more now.
She's gonna open it even more.
I'm just saying it does wriggle.
So wait, it wriggles? Okay, I'm
There's
not
like
gonna
there's
open
like
it
something
right
in
away.
there that goes.
I'm not gonna open it right away. I'm actually gonna hold the top and I'm gonna poke at the thing wriggling. Like,
It
does it
pokes
react?
back.
What are you
It like
doing?
it almost like a cat under a blanket. If you did this and the
It
cat
like
would go
comes
like,
after you.
it's like going like. It's not. There's nothing like poking through the bag.
Can I-
It's not very strong either, but you feel it distinctly.
Can
You can
I
all see this, by the way.
Can I like use my hand to like feel the bag like from the outside to see if I could
Roll
feel
me
the
an
shape?
investigation check with disadvantage. The rest of you, what do you want to do as you walk up to the site?
What are we doing here?
There's a strange bag with a wriggling.
You all
thing
clocked the
inside
bag.
it.
She like skipped up to it and picked it up.
Yeah.
I'm just still standing 30 feet away.
Okay, 30 feet away.
It's alive or something. It responds to touch.
Okay.
Well, that's good or bad.
It's a 9 investigation.
From the outside of the bag, you've gleaned what you can. It's a little heavy. You can feel it. Okay, how about this? From the investigation, I'll also say you can feel that there's other things weighing the bag down that aren't moving. But it's not like clinking like metal. It actually isn't making any sounds that register to you outside the bag.
I want to peek in it.
You want to peek in or you want to open it? You're trying to keep... So this is a sleight of hand check to keep the thing inside and peek in really quick. Okay, so I need a sleight of hand check and a perception check. Sleight of hand. What was it?
8?
Sure, and a perception check. Okay.
14.
Okay. What you all see is her open the bag and go, and then she's about to like pull the drawstring. So what you do see is, the things that aren't moving are these semi-gelatinous, almost like cartilage covered in like a semi-wet membrane on the almost like an egg without the hard shell. Like you ever put or you ever seen when eggs
Yeah, in
get
a
their
vinegar.
shells dissolved and it
Yeah.
just has the membrane? It's like that, but open and still harder. It's not gonna like flop over. It's harder on the inside. And then you see about 4 of those, like in there open and like on the ground. But on top of those, you see a small, like maybe the size of your hand spread out in the bag. And the bag's about like, the size of a basketball. So it's in there. And It has
Do I
1,
get to
2,
look?
3, 4. Has 6 spider-like legs that are like this ruddy brown color. And then at the front, it has what you thought were legs at first, but your perception check shows, are two-fingered hands that sort of like do this, and it sort of like has like a thorax with these 6 legs, and it sits up like this, and then it has like a neck
I'm having such
and
a hard
like
time picturing this.
like a little face that is chitinous, like it's almost like a centipede for a neck without the legs, and then the back of it has like spider sort of body, but it's thin, not bulbous and hairy yet. It's a baby, and the front of it has this. It's almost like God. It's halfway between like a bug face and like a lizardy face. It's like it's got like the chitin and exoskeleton, but it also has like it doesn't have a snout, but it has like a jaw similar to some lizards in some ways. Like, and it has teeth inside there. It doesn't have like pincers like a lot of insects. It has like teeth, and it has eyes, little orange ones that look at you, and it has brows that like express. And it
He's cute.
and it looks at you, and it goes, and then it before you can close it, goes and crawls out to the outside of the bag, and then like jumps
Can I
down.
catch it?
You want to catch it? Go
Yeah.
ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw. And the rest of you, what are you doing as this thing goes and then jumps out?
Watching everything else but that.
11.
Sure, perception check.
Ooh.
11 dexterity
I
check.
have to pee really bad. Can I?
Just go pee right there and bottle it, and we'll sell it to them. Actually, put it in this bottle. I'll empty it for you.
19 perception.
19 perception. Okay. You're just looking around at the rest of the stuff. I'll say, with a 19, further down the way, you do see stuff move, like living creatures in the shadows of this place down the way. Not like necessarily in a threatening way, just like reacting a little bit to like
Okay.
a noise. There's nothing descending upon you though.
Okay, I'll point that out.
Okay. The other two, while this is happening, anything you want to do? Or are you just standing back there beside yourself?
That one, just
Sure.
I think I'm like half reaching for my gun, but just completely transfixed on this weird.
So
creature.
you have probably stepped forward. So
Yeah.
it's Isabella holding it, then you maybe 10 feet away, and then the other two 30 feet.
Probably.
Just like
Okay. And,
just dejected.
just dejected. As she walked away in the middle of her scene and that she started.
When you gotta go, gotta go.
Do we just vamp?
When you gotta go, she, in her porcelain hand, as it's about to jump out, catches it out of the air and holds it. As it sort of like wriggles, she kind of holds it from the back, so it's like it doesn't have recourse. It's just held. It's too small and too weak.
It's like
to,
when
like-
you hold a snake by like the head.
Yeah, or a spider by its back,
Don't hold spiders. They're
Don't hold
disgusting.
spiders.
Destroy.
like a big spider by its
I love
back.
spiders.
But it has a long neck that's trying to like reach back and nip at her fingers, but it doesn't. It can't break through her. It doesn't have the angle or pressure to bite into her finger.
You shouldn't love spiders. They're disgusting.
True.
Some spiders are okay.
Objectively, you're right.
I
Spiders are good for the environment, and they kill other bugs. But I can't.
I don't want to know about it.
I love every spider.
Every
So-
spider should die in a fire.
No.
So
All of them. I hope they all die.
you grab this with your hand and you hold it.
Yeah.
From the back, and it as you hold it.
I shove it back in the bag. And then zip it.
And
I'm putting this in my stuff.
Does anyone know
Could
what
we
that
like
is?
not bring this home? I don't know what that was, but I don't need.
it doesn't have anything written on it. I didn't know you were gonna put it in your stuff.
I'm not gonna write anything yet.
Yeah, just it's in your inventory.
Do we have individual rooms now? We sped through stuff, right?
It's not finished, but
Okay.
yeah, you have individual spaces.
Can we agree that whatever that is stays in your room once the rooms are
Taking
done?
it? Taking it home?
Are we taking it?
I don't know if we're taking it.
Just so
home,
you
but-
know, taking living animals up out of the delve is not supposed to happen, so you'd have to hide it from the delve master. But it's up to you.
I just want to hold on to it for now.
All right.
Sure.
What you missed while we were gone is there's things in the shadow moving farther down.
Yeah, it's kind of an open space here. The ceiling in here is maybe 50 feet up. It's again
Yeah.
like its
Things
own
live down here, so
biome.
it's
Crocodile light.
And you can't see like the end of this cavern
color
as it
is it?
twists and turns and
Bullet.
crocodile light for the light. Boop boop.
6.
Well, what is it? Oh, Roy G.
Indigo?
Biv.
Indigo. Blacklight party.
You made me have to pee.
You see, as women, our bladders are biologically harmonized.
You sync up. Okay. God damn it.
Well, there goes our dungeoneer.
There goes your dungeoneer, pissing in the corner. So, knowing this, what do you want to do?
I suppose we have to move forward.
correct.
Yep.
Wait for our sneaky dungeoneering rogue to get back.
Okay, so your sneaky dungeoneering rogue is going to pee, and then is going to come back and do sneaky dungeon. So while you're waiting for Ink to piss, what do you want to do?
Yeah, you missed what we were saying. We would like to move forward, but we are
Right, but you
waiting
said
for
you were
Hannah.
right. While you're waiting for her to move forward, what do you want to? Do you want to do anything while you're just waiting
I'm
for
just
her
playing guard dog, basically. Like, watch.
to pee? Okay, so you're just watching.
Mm-hmm.
So we sit here in silence until Hannah comes back to pee. Anything
Well,
you
in
guys wanna
the
ban for time
game,
doing?
I'm assuming this gap isn't happening.
No, it is
but,
happening. She's pissing in the corner. It is happening. She is peeing.
Jesus
Anytime you guys get up to
fucking
pee,
Christ.
you're doing something away from the group. If you
Do
walk away
you-
from the table in the middle of play, yes.
Do you recognize that creature at all?
Unless we're in
No.
a fight.
Never seen anything like it.
Is that the only thing in there?
There were some like eggs, maybe.
Eggs.
Do you want to look?
I'm good at the moment, I think.
It wasn't particularly hard to grab. You just had to beat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's got enough heft to it to count as an item, but it's not particularly heavy.
And we're just bringing it along for fun?
Yeah.
In case we need to use it as a distraction. What?
Well, I don't know why it was down here on the path. Clearly, somebody tried to take this.
Could just set it free?
We could, or maybe, I don't know. It could be a clue to who we're looking for. Perhaps they dropped
Yes,
it.
maybe. Sure.
Having marked your place down here with your sense,
Smells like ammonia.
she comes back. They're talking about what this creature is.
She scratches the dirt over.
Yeah, you hear like a.
When you hear your cats do that, like they say, like they gotta be like, I just.
No, none of them scream after. Mostly what they do is they try to jump up in your lap and cuddle after
Immediately
they just
after a
went.
shit, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, you stink.
Yeah, unless you want to do any investigations on this thing, they were waiting for you to scout ahead because you're the best at it. So, if that's what
Do
you
your
want to do,
sneaky things.
Cool.
if that's what you want to do, or you can.
Scouting head sounds good. We got your roll. You good?
Music got very fucking intense. Ooh, not danger. Let's do this.
What color is your weird serum?
I think we talked about it being like
We talked
greenish.
about it. It's like a greenish.
It's for like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles mutagen.
Okay.
Yeah. It's very like green and
It can change over time as you add to it. That's fine. But right now it was like greenish.
Yeah.
That's what we
It's
described.
gonna change over time as it gets perfected.
Ooh,
Damn it.
to a clear liquid
Mhm.
of perfection.
Like Crystal Pepsi.
Crystal Pepsi, it's pure.
Or it could be like blue, like the meth in Breaking Bad.
I don't care how you guys do it. Whatever gets you in your jellies. I think there's anything else. So a stealth check and a perception check.
Wow.
Jesus.
Amazing.
My suggestion again is just to clear the space a little bit from the dice you don't use. But, it's fine.
You know,
Listen.
that's probably why you get
Hey,
real bad rolls.
I'm
'cause they
down-
just hit each other.
Yeah.
I'm down to
Yeah.
one set of dice on purpose because I have lived this life of folly, and
That's
you can
exactly why
follow
I
your
got
own
this
path.
one.
But
That's why I got this one. So I have my own dice area and the little storage area.
17.
17 is a great stealth check as you sneak around and move forward.
And what was the other check? Sorry.
A perception check to look ahead.
21.
21.
And at 20. Yeah.
Well,
You climb up to find like a little bit of a viewpoint. Do you want to climb up onto one of the ruddy mushrooms? Do you want to climb up on one of the goo trees, or do you want to climb up onto the walls next to one of those spirals? Those are your choices.
Wall.
Those are the places that gives. Okay, so not on it unless you want to be, but you climb up on this. It's essentially like a carpet of moss that gives you enough grip to get up onto like a mound of it, and you sit up there and you get a little bit of elevation and you look out. And while this place is wide, it does have roughly a trail through it again because people do come down here and walk. There are definitely living creatures down here. You see, with a natural 20, I mean, you see so many different things. You see later on there is water or like a wet substance that seems to have to be traversed. You see all the way to the very back of this. And when I say chamber, I mean like a quarter mile of like. You see at the very back of this. Actually, what are you more interested in? The very back of this or something in between? What's the first thing you would look at? Probably the
Very back.
Are you looking all the way? Okay, so in the very back to get the big scope of this, at the very, very back, and further than you think you're going, is an opening. Probably a crossing. And you know that crossings are dangerous. But you can see past the crossing and to the other side, you see carved into the wall on the other side of the crossing like a palace, like a quite an like a relief of like you know those God, it's like Egypt or
You're thinking of Petra, the place that has
Petra?
the
maybe
place carved into the rock
into
wall?
the very face of the
Yeah,
wall.
Petra, I
Yeah,
think.
that must be it.
Indiana
And it
Jones
has like
3?
sure, it has like
Isn't that in
idols.
Jordan.
I don't know.
That
where
one
it
has
is.
like idols next to it, I
Yeah.
believe. This doesn't have idols. It has what essentially looks like a palace. It looks like a beautiful place. And in the midground, that snatches your attention away, is not any of the small like bug things that fly around. You do see a couple natural predators that you can avoid because of this roll.
Okay.
You see a couple paths along the way that you can quite clearly see with a natural 20. The fuzz flying in the air. The visage of roll a nature check.
7.
7. You don't know the name of it, but it is a wide hanging creature. It almost reminds you of a bat or something, but like pretty big. But you can't see any of its features really. You just know that it's something that wraps around itself and hangs from the ceiling. And you also see off to the side a pretty obvious, maybe 300 or so feet away, farther than you're ever going to go unless you want to go that way. Like a spider nest, essentially, for pretty big. Again, go ahead and roll a nature check. They're white spiders. You don't know the name of them, but they are white spiders as big as you and then smaller. They're babies and stuff. So you're avoiding that. But you see what catches your attention is on your path is, although hiding quite well, you see an animal the size of a vehicle, something that you would ride, with a saddle on it. You see a spider. Sort of. With a saddle on it. And a collar around what is what I guess you would call its neck, but it's a spider, so it's like
It's where the head and thorax meet.
Is this a different kind of spider than the white spiders?
yeah, it's not. It's let me see if I can get the exact. Is it in this? I don't remember. I don't think it is in this one, but
It might
yeah.
be in the back of the PHB.
No.
No.
Oh. Might be this way. But nonetheless, that's what you see with a natural 20. It's essentially a spider.
Okay.
I think it's in Mordenkainen's.
It's got a saddle on it, though. I
It
don't
has
see
a
any.
saddle
Do I
on
not
it.
see anyone around it in the vicinity?
Nope.
Interesting.
In fact, it seems quite alone.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not.
Once I get down, I will relay the lay of the land to these
Okay.
people, and
Does it look like the one we saw the first time we were down here?
that was not
That was
the spider.
that was a Bahir.
Okay. Just
That was a
wanna make sure.
lizard. That was a blue lizard that you would have died to had you tried to fight it. His lightning breath.
Maybe it would have gotten all nat ones, and we would have gotten all nat 20s.
It could happen, though its breath weapon is a save. I'm glad you didn't try to fight that guy for no reason. He's just chilling. So it pays not to just murder folks. So yeah, that's what you see.
So do we want to?
Hey, Soren, gold. That's it. Go ahead.
Do we want to just go through and try and avoid all the as much as possible? I do not know about the spider. Perhaps it is someone who is also down here.
Hopefully it doesn't attack us.
That would be great.
It's kind of down the path. Yeah.
I guess we can try our best to avoid what we can, but
Yes.
So to avoid it, you'd have to go towards the spider nest, or towards the other.
I'd rather
predator.
go the direction of the one with the saddle, because it might be someone's.
too.
Maybe it'll be more okay with humanoids.
a bit more docile, hopefully.
Yes.
And which way is the crossing from here?
all the way to the back.
Back. Okay.
Like about a quarter mile.
Gotcha.
And then however long the crossing is, and then all the way to the back. It's
Right.
it's a little hard to judge distance here. But yeah, you'd think quite a walk. Especially because it's not just a straight line like on a track. It wouldn't. It doesn't just take 2 minutes to sprint it. It's craggy and.
Yeah.
So you're headed down the path. All right. Are we going stealthy? Are we?
I think we should go stealth.
Yeah.
Okay. And everybody's going. And the order is you, followed by
I'll go.
you, and then you, and then you.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's not so bad.
I like your minis out in this scenario, so I can be like, okay, this is where everybody's at.
21.
12.
Is this like
Stop. What do you mean?
I'm just trying to think. I'm gonna use my talisman for this.
Oh, sure,
It's
yeah.
real bad. Okay, it's still real bad, so it's a 5.
Okay.
15.
Okay, it's a cumulative thing, so it's not that bad. 15, man. You all start
I'm
to
dexterous.
sneak down. With Ink at the front, Soren behind. And Soren, part of the reason you roll a 5 is because as you guys walk, you go under one of these slime trees. And you step into it, and when you lift your foot up, like there's a...
Yeah.
You can't move?
Yeah, I need you to roll me a strength saving throw.
Oh boy.
2! You try to move it off, and you try to like use your hand to push off, and you touch the tree itself to push yourself off, and it...
I might need some help.
As you turn around, you notice, as you turn around and you guys look up,
Are you stuck?
A little bit, yeah.
you see his right foot and his right hand are stuck on this tree, and as you touch it, you feel like if you squeezed it as hard as you could, your fingers would sink into the bark.
I like that feeling.
And it has a distinct tack to it. There's not really a smell, though, as you stand there.
We just like pull them out.
You want to pull them
Yeah,
out?
can
You
we like human chain pull him out?
I'll say that you can make a strength saving throw with advantage when everybody helps you, and I'll say the DC's lower if you try to. So I'll say you have to reach an 8.
11.
11.
Oh god.
Okay. With this, you start to, and there's a
Okay.
like to it.
Good.
The slime
Is it still stuck to you?
is not still stuck to you at all. It doesn't leave at all behind any. It's all part of the organism as it
That's
back to it, and then in the space that you touch it,
does it fill in?
and you lift your foot out and you start walking away. Not where your foot touched because it's your boot. Where your flesh touched it, it starts to turn into like a facsimile of skin. Just in the spot, and then it starts to spread, and then it stops. Just a little bit.
I love this.
That's cool.
Can I like? Oh, I'm gonna throw something at it.
It might be worth taking a sample.
Couldn't hurt. Don't know what it
It
is.
was an
You can roll a
extremely sticky-
nature
I
check
don't-
if you're proficient, or you can roll a nature check with disadvantage if you're not.
If it didn't come off with you, then you might not be able to take a sample. It might be
You might be able to cut it
one
away.
thing.
17.
With disadvantage? Nature check?
I'm proficient in nature.
Yeah. Oh, regular check. Okay. You have heard of not the plant, fungus in general, what it's called, but this stuff has a little bit of application. It is called chameleon mold.
Oh.
And if you can properly harvest it with sleight of hand checks to make sure you don't stick to it, and you have a vessel for it, if you apply it to something, you can essentially disguise self with it, or disguise other thing with it. And it's about your intent. Like, he was just thinking about getting his hand out, so it copied his hand because he's worried about his hand. If you were to touch it and think about snow, it might look like snow.
So
It would still have
Cover something and hide
if
it.
you
Yeah.
if you it depends on how much you want to take.
I wonder if we could.
So I'll say for every 5 feet is essentially like a bottle that'll take
Does
up a
it
slot.
grow?
Does it grow?
That's
The
what it
slime itself doesn't grow. The slime isn't the stuff that makes this structure.
If we get some of the organism underneath, could we grow our own?
Don't know. Not really.
Would you like to try to smuggle
That's
this biological mass up to the surface. Where
Let's
really?
just harvest
yeah.
some of the slime.
if the slime is different because it's not living.
Mm-hmm.
Living creatures or plants, flora, fauna.
Yeah.
That's when it gets like I gotta hide this. Now you can. And in fact, this helps you hide stuff. So I mean,
Let's take it.
now I will say it's a one-time use thing, unless it's attached to the fungal trunk or whatever it's called. You don't know.
Your sleight of hand's better, but I can add my shit to it. So, and it doubles because it's a dex check. So it's really up to you.
Yeah, you can take a surgical
I have a
approach, or you
+5.
can take your just very nimble approach. It's
I have a max of plus 12 though. So
Yeah.
yeah, so it's up to you how you want to go
it's
about
just, I have to roll d6, and hopefully it is high
it for some chameleon mold.
because I have plus 0.
I
And you have to
can't
do
roll
it
for
per
shit
5
lately,
foot. Do you have a vessel for it?
I didn't bring my
The
health
shadow
supplies,
flask?
so-
The empty flask?
Sure. I'll say you have enough for the empty flask. You have one flask.
You want to do it or you want me to do it?
I'll say it. I'll say it's about the size of
Can I
like.
help so it's advantage?
Sure. I'll say the two of you absolutely can help. So you
Okay.
can get advantage as she helps maintain from this, maybe using her dagger to start
So-
help cutting you through and pry it off and to hold the bottle for you. So it's a sleight of hand
I
check.
haven't done this before.
Yeah.
If I use a prodigious mind dice on an advantage roll, do I roll just one dice or? Because we
Just
actually
one.
have never had this
I
happen.
think
They
just
just
one.
use that no matter what.
I think just one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. We've never had that happen before. But
No, but I think you don't roll an extra
that's
Wow.
bardic
actually
inspiration.
fucking fine though, because I got a 6 on this, so it's
Right.
plus 12.
So,
Jesus Christ.
So 17.
17.
I got a 5 and then a 6.
Yeah, it's a
on my
DC
dice.
15 to do this without getting it stuck on you and just fucking up the process.
Okay.
Yeah, and you don't lose any of your surgical tools to it, which is good. You have, we'll call the Shadow Flask. You have that with chameleon mold. So it can cover a person or a 5 square
I knew
foot
you'd like to hold that.
like surface or similar, something similar. You can cover a cat with it. Or, you can be you can be creative with
We
it,
could
but
cover
it
Mr.
essentially
Buttons.
disguise selves whatever it is with the
To
intent
make
the person
Mr.
puts.
Buttons look like the environment.
But it sticks to them. It sticks to them,
He could
and they
see.
can't remove it for an hour. So it's not like you're gonna opt out
Once it's done,
unless you
done for
like.
an hour.
I mean, you'd have to make saves to get out
yeah,
and like
once
peel it
it's
off you.
done, it's done for an hour.
Yeah,
unless
but
you-
it'll eventually dry up and
Yeah,
flake off.
that's cool.
So
Cool.
okay, cool.
You mark that down.
Yeah.
1
One.
out of 5.
One chameleon mold. Okay. Anything else you want to do with this right here? Or are you just passing by? These are all over the place.
I think probably just get back to it.
Okay.
Now we know to avoid that.
Yeah, it will stick you to things. Okay. You continue to travel, and your stealth checks will maintain, we'll say, as you move forward, because that was just his 5 being explained. You move forward, and you start to get to that point where you saw that thing hiding, and it hasn't moved. It thinks it's hidden, and it's staying hidden. It's not like searching around. It looks like it doesn't want to move. But you're gonna have to go by it. What do you want to do? As you sneak up to roughly where it's at. At this point, I'll say, because of your stealth checks were all pretty good, 21, 15, etc. I'll say you can all make perception checks.
7.
14.
12.
1.
14. And 12-ish. You see a similar thing. It is indeed... and the two of you can make nature checks on it.
Nat 20. 25.
You have no clue. You have read about this. And I'll say, go ahead and roll a history check. Maybe you've read about it in a book.
That's actually decent. History. 17.
17. Okay, so I'll say when you're barely looking at this thing. You're at the back of the group and sort of looking over, and you're focused on like the bag is wriggling, and you're going like, and you're trying to feel around with the eggs and everything. You say the word steeder. You recognize this word. These are domesticated spiders that Duragar traders use to walk around. Now, Duragars use many things as mounts, Bahir being one of them. This is one of the most common, but it is without its driver. And when you get close to it, with a 5, it absolutely detects you and doesn't like lunge forward and attack or anything, but it makes like a. It moves backwards into like where it's hiding. It's kind of like a dog, like big dog. It's as big as a truck, and it has like a space on front.
Slowly walk towards it.
From the back of the group, Isabella is like obviously angling to walk towards it.
Perhaps it is not the best idea to approach strange animals we do not know.
It's a domesticated spider.
That does not mean it wants to see you. It does not mean it wants you near it. You did not domesticate this animal. It is not yours.
I will say, with the history check, you know that a successful animal handling check to calm it, much like Chris Pratt, would be just fine.
Yeah, that's what I want to go for.
Chris
Do
Pratt.
you want to? Are you the one that wants to do this, or?
Yeah, I just want to walk up and be like, "It's okay, little buddy," and then like, we're just passing through.
Go ahead and roll an animal handling check. So you walk up close enough to it.
It's important that this happens.
It is.
Is
Now
it?
she'll
She's
learn.
not gonna learn anything.
She will.
It's
Oh,
not a
one.
nat one, but it was a 3 and -2. And
Holy fuck! Are you fucking kidding me?
You open your mouth and go, "Hello, little," and there's this from its butt. It lifts up and goes, and her whole face is wrapped in web immediately, which would be a problem for a breathing person. Mistress doesn't have to breathe from Isabella's face. So you are covered with web, and it just backs into the corner more.
oh, he's scared. He's
And you
very
have
scared.
to start to pull it off, and you
Yeah.
can use your action to do so.
Might be
as you-
best just to leave him be.
Just leave.
Yeah.
as
If
you
we leave
pull it
the
off,
web on the
but
face,
you
I think that
look at it, and you see the collar on there, and you notice this in Dwarvish, and in anyone who speaks Undercommon. It's 2 languages. Nobody.
I don't think
I
I
got
have
it.
You
those.
recognize Undercommon, but you have Dwarvish.
Yeah, I have Dwarvish.
It says, "If lost, return to Bulgrash." Bulgrash.
His name is Baldrash.
Balgrash.
Bulgrash.
I mean,
No,
you can
if
pronounce
lost,
the G differently.
the Steeder's name is not Bulgrash.
Right.
If lost, return to
Yeah.
Bulgrash. You don't know where that is, or who that is, or what that is. Isabella, roll an insight check.
Hold on.
Anybody else want to do anything while this is happening?
These dice don't roll well for me. Like,
It's been like a theme lately. You need like a.
need like a juju, a cleanse. Insight?
Uh-huh.
Oh boy, we're bad at that too.
2.
6.
6?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The DC on this was 5.
Oh.
Oh, good. Because you were the one in front of it, you could see its many eyes. It shot the web at you,
Mm-hmm.
but what upset it was the little screeches from the bag.
Oh.
They're not the same creature. You know this. They're not the same.
Yeah.
But it got upset and it got scared and it shot web at you because of the noises that little thing was making. So you walk away and it doesn't seem like mad at any of you.
How about?
In fact, I would say it seems like a like a dog that's very skeptical of you in general, but not like in a mean way.
I'm
Just
Chris Pratt it.
you're gonna Chris Pratt it.
Yeah, I'm
But
gonna
I'm
move
gonna speak
away.
in Dwarvish. And say.
Why
And
do
say,
they keep walking towards
"Hello."
giant spiders?
You know,
It's fine.
just
I'm just
sit
gonna be
back
really
and
gentle.
wait for
lost.
potential combat. It's
I'll say in
fine.
Dwarvish you can make your animal handling check with advantage.
He's lost.
Why
and
do you assume he's
scared.
lost?
Because his Sprite isn't here, and it says.
He could have just gone. Like, if
13?
you see a dog outside of a restaurant with tied up, do you go, that dog is
But
lost?
This
He's
is a
not
dog in
tied
the
up.
forest
Okay.
Yeah. It's a 13.
with a collar on. A 13. With a 13, you walk up to it and you sort of go like this, and you say some small things in Dwarvish. It sort of like loosens up a little bit, and like its mandibles sort of like,
Is it trying to like smell my hand, essentially?
and it's gonna come up to you and sense what it can from you. It's gonna roll an insight check.
Baby.
Doesn't have a lot of understanding of what you are. Besides,
I'm gonna like
Roughly
crouch
humanoid.
down to like make myself smaller.
it's already bigger than your
Yeah.
ass, but yeah, you crouch down a little bit. You get to its eye level, and it lowers its head and presents its saddle to you.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
Isaac Baines, would you like to ride the
fuck
steeder
yeah,
spider?
fuck yeah.
You
Gotta bring it
kick
back.
your leg over it. You've ridden horses before. You're rich, and it. You're riding it. I mean, it literally has reins. You don't know how to ride it. Really, you don't know what commands it has, but you lean into like your normal instincts as sometimes as a kid you rode horses guy. You're like a big horse person, but you know. Okay. And you're not proficient in animal handling?
Absolutely
Okay,
not.
yeah, you're smart. And okay. You are on this thing and it moves out a little bit. It can climb on walls, it can shoot web, and it can bite. And it can carry all of you if you want to climb onto it, but only one of you has a saddle.
You got a little bag it doesn't like.
You
I'll throw
can-
the bag.
You'll just toss the bag. Let me roll.
I wanna get on
to
the
see
spider.
if it opens. It opens. The bag opens. And do you care if this thing goes
Not
anywhere?
really.
Okay.
I'm
Unless
I'm
it comes
suddenly
towards the spider,
I'm so
then-
much more
If
happy
it comes
about the
towards
new
spider,
shiny.
it doesn't. It. You win this one as it opens up and scurries away down the path in the direction you're headed quite fast.
Climbing on the spider.
Okay, so give me the.
Oh yeah.
You climb on the spider. Yeah. While Isaac is in
I
control,
didn't
in
even
control
write
of
it.
this, any or all of you can climb upon the spider.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I'm not going to be the only person who's not on the spider. Not
You are, however, on the back
That's fine.
of the spider, as
Why would you want to be on the spider?
as you are essentially
I don't want
sitting.
to reward your reckless behavior.
We just got a free ride.
And you also, the minute there was a slightly cuter creature, you abandoned the other one.
You didn't like the other one.
You pretended you did!
I didn't like him. I just thought it was fascinating. Spider's way cooler. Worth the trade.
It's a-
I will
Big
literally
spider.
pay for your character to go to therapy.
So you all climb aboard Bulgrash's Steeder, which is what it's called for now, and you start to ride it in the direction you're trying to head. As it makes this part of the travel much easier as you climb up over it. You just go in a straight line. Ink, you are the one furthest back away from any of the seating stuff. There's no cargo or anything. So you are sitting essentially on its big butt, and it has like hairs that you can hold on to.
Okay.
And you hold on to them. It doesn't seem to mind. But the rest of you are roughly in a seated spot in the front and can straddle it. And yeah, you start to ride into the darkness on your fucking big spider. Funny. Okay.
I love this so much.
Elsa, it's 11:15. We can keep going, or
I
Probably
have to get up for a
not.
wedding tomorrow.
I was gonna say.
So,
So,
if we could end, I'd appreciate it.
we'll say we stop this session as the group that is yet to be named but is circling in rides upon the back of a truck-sized steeder, and avoiding some of the travel issues that you would have otherwise had.
Two
Does he
vehicles
have
in
a
one
knee?
session? What?
Technically 2 vehicles in one session, not bad. So, next we join, we'll continue this delve and see what secrets there are here. And we'll see if, due to your lack of time constraints, if you like your last delve, maybe go do some extracurricular shit. It depends on how long you want to stay down here. Thanks for hanging out. I'm excited for next session. This was a weird one. Pretty fun. Spider.
Right after she talked about how she hates all spiders, too.
Just wait until you guys encounter a werewolf.
Do we need a large spider mini?
I was gonna use
I
Spider
get it
Mini
now.
right here, but yeah, absolutely.
I get why
Oh,
you have a one thing you hate. It's a snake thing. It's an Indiana
What?
Jones snake thing. She's got like one irrational creature she's afraid of.
Is it irrational to not like werewolves? I don't know
I
if that's
actually
They're
don't
people.
think it's irrational, especially in the
It's more
perpetual
rational.
Okay, so
moonlight
the
that they
werewolves are
experience
your
post-moon
Nazis, because he hated them too.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
I'm sure we can find some Nazis on the way.
Find
Hey,
Nazi
But what are your
werewolves.
snakes?
Nazi werewolves.
Nazi werewolves is fun.
Is this a gold? Is this a copper or silver?
Hey, buddy.
Every
Well,
time.
Darwin is here to celebrate the end of the episode. That must mean it's over.
What? I was giving that to you, asking you a question.
Oh, you're gonna. Oh, I thought you just
I
found
said,
it.
is that a copper or a silver?
This is a silver. It's bluish.
Is it?
Yeah, it's pretty clearly is. Look, guys.
I feel like I'm the only person who
Okay, my
figured
other
it out.
ones are a lot
You
more
got it?
lighter
You got
than
it?
that
Okay,
one.
good.
Copper has a ruddiness to it. Silver has a blue gunmetal thing going on. Here, you can have a copper
No.
as well.
Hi, buddy.
So you know the difference.
Oh, you're going to be on stream?
Well, you gave me a different piece back, that's why. This one's much more clearly
I believe
silver.
you. So, I love your faces. This is a lot of fun. I love this game. I'm looking forward to more of it, and we'll do it again next Thursday.
Hell yeah.
This is fun. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.